Hey everybody, how's it going out there? We got one person watching. Hey Pat, how's it going? Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at? It's just like one person watching. It's Pat. Wow, Pat, you're our big winner tonight, man. I'm telling you right now. You get to be. Oh, we got two watching now. Okay. Oh, Pat, so close. I was about to announce that you won.
He
She said
won
it was okay.
5 free imaginary bracelets from Heart of Orion.
Oh yeah, like I said, we're just over watching the crafty
Carmen.
ladies over there. Hey Carmen, how's it going? What you up to?
Hello, Carmen.
Hey buddy, welcome to What If I Could, Scroll Soft Portrait Design and Woodworks. Gonna fish up some more of this Vanity Mirror. Hopefully, I should. I got one more piece to cut. Oh, I gotta find some mirror.
Liz,
Hello,
I gotta
Liz.
find. I guess if I can get any mirror left in my shop somewhere. I should have some. I should have a piece big enough for that. If not, I'll find some and I'll finish that up. Um, hit the like, subscribe button, share it out, invite all your friends over, and we're gonna have some fun here. All right, hey, Carmen and Liz and Pat. Yay, yay! Oh,
We
Risha.
and
love you.
Art's here,
Hey, hello, Liz. Bye. Carmen. I got 12 more ready
and
to go.
Herb's here.
Yeah, I just got in from riding a horse.
Oh my God. So I'm gonna
I
go
should.
later than I usually am because my scroll saws working again. So now I can start cutting stuff. Like I went in for supper and Carrie's like, "I didn't make you anything for supper." I said, "I told you I can be in for supper." She goes, "Well, I didn't make you anything. What are you hungry for?" She said, "I thought you were gonna spend the whole night out there with your friends." I said, "No, I love you. What's for supper?" So she made me some fried egg sandwiches. So I'm like, okay, fine,
You
fine.
can't beat no fried egg sandwiches.
Well, it's funny because I asked Art what he ate. He said fried eggs.
I
Did you at
scrambled,
least have toast with it? Oh, scrambled.
had scrambled eggs,
Did you have toast with it?
bratwurst. No, I had
Oh,
rolls.
bratwurst.
I fixed some
We
rolls.
had chili brats. And I
Julio,
Yeah,
cooked.
Julio.
we both had eggs. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You had three and I
So,
had two.
so
I
my
had
Vandy
I had
mirror
this
section
morning.
coming apart, right? It's coming along.
Hello,
Hey,
Shay.
fancy dancy.
Yep. All right,
Hey,
Shay.
Shay.
Oh,
Shay's being a busy baker girl in her kitchen again.
I know she had my heart earlier when I seen her making that sourdough bread. I fell in
Yeah, well,
love.
she got
Started drooling.
8 loaves ready to go now again.
I was ready to jump on that horse and right up I-35 I go.
I'm bugging Shay right now though. I bug her all the time. She loves it. She needs some protein balls. I'm looking at him going, there's no bacon in there. There's no beef in there. There's any pork in there. What kind of protein you got in those protein balls there, Shay? You got bugs in them? Mealworms? Grasshoppers? Those are protein. I'm telling just saying. Just saying. They're free. Free protein.
That's right.
Let me try that
Take you some
again. Hi,
grasshoppers
Shay.
and cover them in chocolate. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Air fry 'em.
yeah.
Nothing beat chocolate. I might have to
Chocolate
go
covered
get one
ants,
of
chocolate
these.
covered spiders, chocolate covered grasshoppers, chocolate mealworms, superworms. Saying. Protein.
Herb, you like Reese's, don't you, Herb?
Do what?
You like Reese's, don't you?
Yeah.
You like
I saw
Reese's?
a
Herb?
commercial tonight on 211. They're going to change something.
Yeah, they'll probably bring something back or take
Then it won't
something
say
They're
away.
gonna
what it
change
is.
something. Will they gonna change something in
It
the
won't.
recipe, or
I don't know. They won't say nothing. Just says there's going to be a change in Reese's to 11/24.
They gonna make them heart shaped.
I was watching. I was
Probably.
watching. I was watching a short the other day, and that uh, at the Reese plan, you can make your own. It's a 5 pound Reese. So they
Uh-huh.
got they get the a 5 pound Reese, right? So they get the bottom cup, and then they fill it with the peanut butter filling, and then you can throw whatever else you want in there. Like they got like
Yeah.
20, 30 different of whatever you want to throw in there, gummy worms and marshmallows and everything else, and then they put the top
Oh,
on it.
Bob.
Hello, Bob. Hello, Robert.
Bob,
You may tell you what we had the other night that I didn't think would taste good. Sonic's got a new shake out, peanut butter and bacon shake.
that sounds pretty good actually.
I mean, it had actual fried bacon, crispy bacon in it. Oh my God!
There's
But
a twinkle in his eyes.
they're expensive. They're almost like $6.
So Shay says, whoa, hold on a sec. Flaxseed, protein powder, peanut butter, oats, coconut, chocolate chips, vanilla, and honey. Yeah, it sounds like health rabbit food. It sounds like tree hugger food. Shay.
Well,
Put some bark
flaxseed's
in.
good for you.
Yeah, goes
Oats
right through
good
you.
for you. Vanilla and honey.
Little Robin.
Oh yes.
She says tomorrow she's woodworking. I have a project I'm working on to go with the bread. Oh, are you making a cutting board? Oh, a bread knife. Bread knife. Everybody needs a thick cut bread knife. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Big old couple of thick slices of sourdough bread. Put you some mozzarella, some Italian cheese on there. Throw you a little slice of ham, some bacon, some more ham, some more bacon.
I'd rather have summer sausage.
I'm in it.
And then you got to dunk it all in uh, an egg
Bacon
wash.
juice.
And what is it? It's a Monte Cristo sandwich, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
She said she will hug a tree.
Oh, see, she says she's making bread knives. Ah, see, that's how smart John is. It's either going to be a breadboard, oh, a cutting board. Shay, a really cool cutting style board for your sourdough bread because the hard crust on it, it leaves all the crumbs and stuff all over the place. If you make like a pallet style cutting board for it to cut onto, sitting over top of a bottom tray, use your bread knife to cut onto the board, right? Your pallet style board that all the crumbs go through onto your bottom tray underneath of it. Just saying.
Oh,
Hey,
somebody
Robin.
sending
Hey,
me a
Jesse.
message.
What's
Bob.
it mean?
Bob sends you messages.
Hello again, Jesse. Glad you come back to see me.
Hi, Jesse.
What's Mr. Bob Lee been up to? Both boards and knives. See, Shay, you got to come on the show more often. Come up with all these cool ideas for you. See, yeah, see, you already got the ideas though. See, you're just as good as we are. Ha! There you go.
Hello, JJ.
Jesse. Wait.
Well, you thought of them first. You thought of them first, Shay. I'll let you have it. Hit that thumbs up, share it out. Memberships are in the works right now. Still working on membership videos. I think I'll do one a month or two a month. How often should I do membership videos? Members only though. Hey JJ.
Oh,
Burner.
Oh,
Oh.
aren't y'all so glad y'all get to see all of me now? I'm not hitting.
Yes, we are happy. Happy, happy, happy.
She said, LOL, already have them. But yes, you have a lot of ideas. I've been just waiting for the blades to arrive.
Well, in a pinch, you could have used a hacksaw blade. or reciprocating saw blade. That would work too.
How many of them you planning on cutting tonight, Art?
I don't know.
All
I'm gonna do the outlines first. There's only 12 over there. I used the short board.
only 12.
Yeah, only 12. Instead of 27, I got laying up here now done.
Ah.
She says, oh, I didn't read that. I'm selling them, so I want them to be official.
Official. Shay, do you have a wood burner yet with your logo on it? So you can stamp your name right into them. Because that would be a cool craft. That would be a cool craft idea for you. Because you can, if you make a rubber stamp one first, you make a silicone mold of that. Then you make a plaster mold of that, and then you use a uh, lost wax, molten pour on that. Then you got your own custom made, designed, sized midnight scroller. And
Yeah, I knew you was in that closet.
when you do your final one, when you do your final pour, you make it so it's got a bolt on the end of it. Go on the end of a pyro pen.
Oh, hello, Adele.
Hey Adele, you gonna sing us a song, Adele?
I better turn my screen so I see.
You have 9 people watching.
I have now.
It says I got 11 people watching. 10.
There.
Oh, just lost a viewer. Who'd I lose?
I can.
I know everybody's over at
Oh, Lawrence.
Crafty Ladies right now. Connie's over there. Jessica's over there. Mishy's over there.
Hello, Mark.
Nancy,
Hello,
Marge,
Larry.
Dawn. Nancy,
What are they
Marge,
doing?
Dawn, and Pam over
Talking?
there. No, they're actually crafting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pam was painting. I
Hey, Mark, you done dinner? You know what, Mark? I was actually gonna bring my box of coffee crisps out here and start eating them on you. Sorry, I was gonna bring your box of coffee crisp bars out here and start eating them on you.
Ooh, I got some cookies in there.
And then I was gonna bring Mishy's box of Kinder Surprise stuff out here and eat that box on her too. I'd be like, these are so good, so good.
I think I need a ring light in here.
So I might have a new set of. Well, I do have I got a new set of wireless headset coming in. They should be here tomorrow, and I'll try those. See if those are gonna work. Well, they should be here tomorrow or Monday. Try those. See how those are gonna work. And then I think I'm getting a new camera too. And the new camera actually has a ring light attached to it. Mark says the chuck roast experiment was a resounding success. Yay! The best way I found to make a cheap roast taste like a very decent quality steak. Lord, that was good.
If it was Pam, it automatically went in the Instapot.
Yeah, like whenever I usually do roast, I usually sear them first. Hot cast iron pan, butter, sear them
Usually
all sides, and stick them in the oven.
Usually I take and slice holes in it and put slivers of garlic in there.
Yeah,
That a little onion.
I used to take roast and I would slice it flat, right? Like unroll it flat, and usually about 3/4 inch. Make up a stuffing for it, breaded stuffing, uh, bread, cheese, spices, garlic, onion. Roll it back up, tie it back up, roll it up, tie it up, and then throw it in the oven
Pam
on low
hired
for about put it on low for a couple hours.
Pam got a new cook. She told me my free ride was over. You need to get back in there cooking.
No, you got to start cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that working out so far?
I ain't had no complaints the last 4 nights.
Well, hot dogs and rice, eh?
No. We had some London strip steaks the other night, mashed cauliflower, fried pork chops after that. Tonight I made some grilled chili brats.
You make me hungry again.
Well, there's an extra brat in there if you want it.
Oh yeah, I'll just come right over.
It'll be petrified by the time I get it through customs, and they'll charge you another $17.
Probably. Stupid handling fee. That's stupid.
Are you interested in scrolling? I guess so. You just watching YouTube? I made a mistake the other night, and I was in there flipping through the channels. I went through the nature. Had some underwater fish. She couldn't get out of that chair to the TV quick enough. She's coming to get you. She's coming to get you.
Well, there's some animals that don't care for what's on TV, but some are like right into it.
Well, Pam shared a video of a cat, 3 cats watching this fish on an iPad, tapping it. I put it on the phone the other night, and Joey just sat there and looked at it. On March, did he reverse seared it into a 185-degree oven roughly for 60 minutes. Internal temperature was 115 between 120. Then I seared it on a hot skillet, about 3 minutes per side. Let it rest 20 minutes. Sliced it. Lord, it was good. The next day, I'm going to have to get me some Weber kettle and slowly sear
Throw on the Weber.
it. I can't believe I was falling asleep earlier talking.
I know.
I went back to
That's
look
all
at it and
right.
said, damn, I did need a nap.
It was pretty funny.
Seriously, folks, I was not drinking.
We were talking about it though.
What if I was drinking?
No, we were talking about scotch and whiskey and whatever drinks people were into.
Mark says, I believe it, Herb. Or wasn't that exciting? No, Mark, I only had 2 hours of sleep. Didn't really feel good this morning when I woke up. But I had to be up at 3:30 to get ready to go to work. So I stayed up and fell back asleep. 5:30 here I am wide awake. Okay, the question of the day is how long are you going to be scrolling tonight?
I'm not sure yet. Like I'll
So,
finish
in
this
other words,
project. I'll I'll finish cutting this and make sure it'll get assembled. Like I gotta see if I can. I gotta see if I can get any mirror stock in my shop still. If not, I can't. Well, I can't finish it without the mirror stock. But I'll find out what I have in the shop for mirror stock, and I can either sand it or I can start a new project.
well, I'm just wondering, I need to put another pot of coffee on.
We're
Well,
gonna do a
I'm just not
10
gonna be an
mile.
all nighter.
Well, it don't matter. I drink coffee all night long anyway.
Oh, I know.
But I will be back. I need another cup. I'll probably get yelled at since she's home. Better mute myself.
Hey, Connie,
Hi,
they're
Connie.
still on. They're still on over there. I can hear her. She's playing in the background in my ear. I saw you over there. I saw you over there. Oh, and if you guys didn't catch Connie's painting this week, we got some. So, Connie, how long does it take you to do one of your paintings? I'm just curious because like I know you do your videos, which makes sense, but I'm just curious to know how long it would take you to do one live. Oh, hi, Jeannie. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while, Jeannie. What have you been up to, Jeannie? Oh yeah. So, Mark, last week I was still dealing with in YouTube and AdSense or Google AdSense trying to get my payments from them, and they were supposed to send me out a mail me a digital code that I could type in and email back, and 3 weeks later, because like December 28th, I think I applied for the code to be out here, and I never got it. So like Sunday, I reapplied for another one. It came in on Monday, And then it's like, okay, so thank you, 3 to 5 business days. We'll check on your payments depending on whatever your levels were and everything else. And apparently they paid me like the next day. So I'm starting to get my payments from StreamYard, which is good, and I'm getting my payments from uh, so I'm getting my payments from YouTube and my payments from StreamYard. So yeah, or not StreamYard, YouTube and what's the other one then? Google AdSense and StreamYard. Yeah. So yeah, so now I'm getting all my payments in now, which is good. I'm happy over that. But yeah, it took freaking so long to get everything, like jumping through hoops and doing everything just to get everything in all in place. Oh yeah, that's right, Bob. I seen a picture the other day of your clamping system for that. So I need 30 to 90 minutes to do one live. Why don't you do a live? You should do one live then.
Hello, Connie.
'Cause it's not like you
Glad you.
film them all. It's not like you always film them anyway.
What I missed?
Well, 'cause I was asking Connie how long it takes her to paint one live, right? Because on the show the other day, she said she forgot to hit the record button on the other one that she did. Oh, how am I getting payments from StreamYard? So on StreamYard, um, how much do I have now? I think I have 75. I think I get $75 credit from StreamYard because because I use StreamYard and when I post my videos to YouTube, you get anybody that clicks on the referral StreamYard link, the StreamYard referral link on your video in the description area, actually it actually goes. You get credits towards you get credits from StreamYard, and I get $75 credits right now that I can use towards my next year's subscription. You get uh, money for anybody that signs up through your StreamYard link onto StreamYard, and you get money for people for referrals that people just click on it just for more info on it. Yeah, I got $75 so far from StreamYard. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm getting a paycheck too because I get so many hours that I put through them. No, yeah, it's the same thing.
How much money did I get to being on your show?
Your friendship is priceless, Eric.
Yeah, but I do a lot for you.
I'm still waiting for my guest
I know you
appearance
do.
check.
It's like it could be like this. It could be this. I'm not gonna be like Charles and just say, oh, it's free. Two cents per show.
That's fine.
Tell you what, Art, you
Hey,
make money. Art, you make
hey,
more money on my show than
it
I
ain't
do.
money though. That'd be almost triple, wouldn't
That he does, don't he?
Yes,
it?
he does.
Canadian
Art makes
money
more
would
money
be
on my
almost
show
triple.
selling stuff than I make on my show.
How much have I made on your show?
How much
Uh,
stuff have you sold on my show?
Probably about $300 worth.
Yeah,
You
more
didn't
than
get
what
my
I made on
check
my
yet?
show. No, yeah, I'm
Oh,
waiting for it. I'm not gonna
Well,
hold my breath for that one.
I sent it. I sent it by Stork.
Oh yeah, sure.
well, he made a left turn. He made a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Yeah, but I didn't sit there and say buy this, buy that though. See? So there's it. There's a difference. I'm gonna have to change my name though, I think.
Mark says you get the love and admiration from millions of people worldwide, Herb.
Millions.
I'm just in here for the
I gotta
fellowship
change.
and some of the comedy.
We're gonna have to change my name tonight.
I know I need to change mine to Herbie the Freeloader. Instead of Freddie the Freeloader, it's going to be Herbie the Freeloader.
Well, I got 7 cats. I don't have any dogs. I got 7 cats, a wolf, a pheasant, a hummingbird, a butterfly, and an owl.
You got a partridge in a pear tree?
Yeah, he's over on the other side.
Okay, so I took a screenshot of that.
Hello, Russ.
I took a
Hi,
screenshot
Russ.
of that quick video I did the other day, that members only video. So I had
Mm-hmm.
9 views, uh, seven people were there the whole time. Average duration was 4 minutes. Total watch time was 34 minutes. So I had 34 minutes of watch time for a 10-minute video.
That ain't bad at all.
Does that make sense, right? 'Cause I was trying to go with the analytics and stuff on how your watch time gets accumulated, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I know you said you wasn't going to be on all night long. I only made a half a pot of coffee.
Ah, Mr. Russ Meadows.
Oh, sure. Now he wants to show up.
Yeah, he was probably over watching the Russ Clarity show.
Maybe the warden will let him come in.
Well, yeah, the warden probably had him out there doing something.
Uh-huh.
He was cracking that whip.
If he done it right.
Did you get any further ahead on your to-do list there, Russ?
Mine keeps growing.
I
Yeah.
fast forwarded, John. That doesn't count. Actually,
Hello, Larry.
Larry, it still counts as watch time. It's just accumulated watch time. Like it could be like 3 or 4 minutes over whatever period of time, right? Still counts if you fast forward it though.
Connie said she just set up her premiere for tomorrow night. Go take a look at the thumbnail. Okay, let me.
Okay.
Well, if I can find the right mouse.
Robin's
Excuse me.
still in her shop right now. Heart by Connie. Oh, art with Connie. Ah, see, I keep throwing that up. Live, upcoming. Oh, it's not. There's no upcoming. There's no upcoming one. Connie. The last one up there is your sunset 2 days ago with your Halloween tree. Yep, it's not up there.
Not yet, anyway.
No. See, you got all excited to go see your new thumbnail. It's not even there. God, Connie. Jeez. Typical Connie. Get the man all excited to go see something fancy and new that she put on. There's nothing there. Ugh.
Well, that's just frustrating.
That's like telling us you're making something certain for a certain dish for dinner. So all day long we're like, oh yeah, chili cheese dogs, chili cheese dogs, chili cheese dogs, and then comes home pork chops. Like what? No, no, it's like no, no, because you got your mind's all set up for chili cheese dogs. The bathroom's all ready for you for after chili cheese dogs, right? It's pork chops.
Hey, a day without pork chops, a day without sunshine. Oh, wait a minute, that's onions. Well, Russ, why don't you come over here and get in here, son?
Yeah, come on. Oh, he says he's in the recliner right now.
Hey, I was too, but look where I'm at.
Not like you got any kids or grandkids over there right now. But Russ, I'm scrolling again, man. Come on.
That's the way I'd get over there and get me a Velcro wall, put them in a suit and throw them to the wall. Figure
Yep.
out how to get yourself off.
Oh,
He's checking the chickens now. Yeah,
What are you
yeah. Excuses,
what are you
excuses.
what are you typing with then?
I ain't touching that keyboard. Hello again, Larry.
Jesus, I would do that to you every day, John.
One of these days, John, I'm gonna get as good as you.
She'd be like, "Oh, tonight for dinner we're having bacon. Oh, bacon and pork chops. Oh yeah, you can never have too much pork, right? So bacon and pork chops." And then she'd be like making like lentils or freaking quinoa or something. I'm like, get out of here.
Oh no, Russ has always got his phone, but how you using voice text?
Oh, it
Connie
says
says
8 minutes.
that's 8 minutes.
Shay, did you have a memory come up the other day? It's 3 years ago. We did those love videos. Was it? I can't believe that was only 3 years ago. It feels longer, doesn't it?
Yep.
I eat good food. I eat bacon and hot dogs and pork chops and corn dogs.
Connie said she sold one of her paintings the other day. That's
What?
great.
No, it was just a memory to come up on Facebook. It said 3 years ago. Me and Shay cut. You and Shaylee Morehouse cut those love things out, which obviously with our classes, right?
Shay said, I'm not sure. I haven't been on much. No, she's been there in the kitchen. Cooked me up some bacon and some beans.
But yeah, and if you guys aren't following Midnight Scroller, or if you're not friends with her on Midnight Scroller, um, she did a craft the other day: candlesticks, and her fudgy moss hearts. Shay, I was thinking for your flowers when you put your flowers in your candlestick. I'm thinking you should have maybe put a dowel on the back of that. Just a
Shay
thought.
said, wait a minute. I'll have to go look. Crazy seems much longer. She said, I got promoted at work and it's nuts. There is one, she says.
Mark says, "Yeah, Shay's always busy. I remember when I was young and full of energy."
You're as old as you feel, and I feel like I'm 1,003.
Yeah.
Mark says I'm 62 and built like a rock, too. She's just trying to survive. Connie says, I'm old and I have a ton of energy, never stops. I wished I had the energy I used to have. Maybe that's why all this has been happening to me, telling me to slow down for a while. Larry's buffing again, and she says it's a girl thing, Connie. Mark
What's a girl thing?
says, oh, wait, all the energy they have. Mark says, oh, wait, I should have read. I'm 62 and built like a pile of gravel. My bad. She'll be right back. She needs to go stretch and fold. Bread, that is.
Ah, that was
Hey,
a
you
long.
missed a spot.
I did not look at that. Tweet, 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 tweet.
Is that a rabbit running on the piers?
Yeah, it's a hummingbird. You know what? The thing about it is, you can't really see because of the light. I don't know. I could turn it down, maybe. Uh, yeah, focus. You see the tail
Yeah.
right here? Okay. From there to there, that's one piece. That's one piece. That's one piece. They start out really, really tiny. So
Hello, Ken McCory.
that tail is smaller than the inside of your finger.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
Hey,
small.
Ken, how's it going?
I love to show you, but I can't. I'm gonna have to move these.
Well,
These
how
are
long does it take to go check the chickens?
Okie doke. I'll cut the pheasant while you're gone.
Oh,
Put that nice and straight, just like I planned it. Hmm. This one's gonna take me a little bit too. In and out, in and out, in and out.
oh, Lordy.
This one's got a lot of turns in it.
Depends on if those chickens are sitting hens or not, Herb. Yeah, you're true, Mark. John hit the wrong button. I don't see it yet either, Connie.
Are we on our own for a minute?
Look here, my camera went off. Hey Ken, no, I didn't hit the wrong button. My camera went off, then I changed it out. My microphone turned off. Does it make sense?
Well, it's
It
just
says
like
it's there.
mine did it earlier.
Do.
Nope, don't see it.
I don't see it, Connie.
3 days, 4 days, 6 days, 9 days. Nope.
Got us all excited again.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh right. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Gonna hit my twank button here. I broke my blade.
You broke a blade already?
Yeah. Yeah, I broke a blade after, 4,
Okay.
5 hours. I'm trying these new
Well,
Olsons though, so
Y'all can't hear that TV in the background, can you?
I can.
I'm trying to figure out which one it is. It ain't mine because mine's set on 5. It's got to be the TV in the living room.
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Jason!
Well, I know I was in one of the. So actually, you can if you under background music in Mark. So under brand in the background music, you can upload audio audio sounds, right? Because in the background, you can actually hear music playing, right? So basically, you just hit your sound effect noises. Your sound effect noises. Your sound effect noises will come right up. And upload audio links to your background music noise under brand, and you can do it there.
Jason said he's busy scroll throwing today.
You
Well, if you
couldn't have
ain't
been. I
got
didn't see any
pictures, it
video.
didn't happen.
Yeah, I didn't see no videos of it, Jason. So
We need to get Mike in here. We know he's got a mic and a camera.
yep. Well, he's working on his connections for his cameras and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see,
So under
let me turn
and
it
I'm not sure
at the door.
what you have to upload. I think it's add music. Only upload music you have made or you're authorized to use. Learn more. Blah blah blah. I think it's MP4 or let me see what audios is looking for. Oh, just custom like whatever music you have. I guess doesn't specify anything basically really. Oh, recommended file and type. So MP3, ADG, M4A, AAC, WMA, or WAV, WAV files. Max file size is 30 meg. You can just drop and drag it in there. It says. So that way you can throw sound effects in there as well. Like because I was in one of the StreamYard open houses, town hall meetings where they were trying to discuss that.
Oh, Connie says, I don't know why it's not showing up in my studio. It says it's there. It'll probably take it a while to get out, Connie. Something happened to my volume. That is all the way up. Right turn, Clyde. And the chat has gone quiet. It says you have 17 people watching. If you got any comments, questions, or inquiries, please leave them in the chat. I'm sure somebody has the answer. If not, one of these lovely people will Google it for you. This message was brought to you by Prairie Signs.
Thanks, Herb.
I got to do something during my keep. I just can't sit here and look pretty all day long. Put that boy on the payroll. Hey, Dave, I promoted your, did your commercial for you. No, check's in the mail. I'll get it tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Right?
Tomorrow never comes.
Always tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Oh, oh.
Jason said, I'm a great job. Work school saw bird picture. Well, post it to Facebook where we can see it.
Yeah, Jason, or just send it to me and I'll show everybody here. Send me a picture of it. Let me see it, Jason.
Excuse me. We want to see it.
Almost done.
If anybody else wants to see it, type one in the chat.
Juan.
No.
No, we don't need Juan the Cabana boy here, Russ. Get with the program, as Teresa says, Russ. And the cat has gone quiet again. You got 15 people watching, and you
Well,
have been here
it
61 minutes.
if Russ and or Mark were in here on the panel, the chat would be quiet.
I know it. Mark's looking for a sound effect to use. Uh-oh,
Okay.
Mark went down a rabbit hole.
Wah wah wah.
I know, I sure wish I had my other computer. That's crazy. They won't let you transfer the license from one computer to the next.
I actually did know a way around that at one time. I can't remember it though.
And Mark says, yeah, and Russ never says a word. No, he just here for the eye candy.
Wow. The pheasant is cut out.
Not all the way.
No, that's cut. I still got to drill the holes in them and do all the veining cuts.
What size drill bit do you use?
Huh?
What size drill bit do you use?
Oh, I don't even know. One the blade fits through. Smallest one I got. A little smaller than 1/16.
People might want to know these things. Is it a 71, 72, a 68?
I think I can't remember. I think it's. Let me look. I'll be able to tell you.
John, look at your email, says Jason.
No, nothing there.
56, Herb.
Okay.
That's what I use. Well, when I bought the number 3 blades, it had a little thing there of a size drill bit to use. I was like, okay, cool.
I was just curious. I'm sure some other people might have been. Let's have an interview with the wood cutting, the dog cutting guy. What got you into doing puzzles?
Scott.
Okay.
So I made a few, took them to a show, sold them all, come home, made more,
Now
made
you're
more,
hooked.
made more. So I'm going to kind of sort of do away with Steve Goods patterns because these sell.
Yep. Hello, Wade.
That's
Crap,
why
Wade's
I
still
made.
awake.
Well, it's only what?
Wade says it's just doggone
It's
fun.
11:20.
Well, it ain't even tomorrow yet. You ought to be awake.
No, it's, the clock on the wall says 3:20. No wonder Mike ain't here.
Wade, you didn't cut nothing. The machines did.
Hasn't come in yet, Jason.
Hey, Russ still here?
Connie says, we love the one I purchased from you.
Hey Russ, I got a question. You here? I might as well have a cigarette.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is because he just talked to Wade.
Oh, I want him to answer me first.
Wade's talking to Mark. He says, looking forward to your layer lesson tomorrow. Tomorrow. Boy, YouTube is way behind.
He ain't saying nothing yet. There it is. Hey,
Russ
how's
is
that
still here.
windmill coming, Russ?
Let me hit the refresh button.
You about half done with it? You knew I was. You knew I was going to Russ. I can't resist.
Hey, Jason, did you hit the send button?
But I know someday you'll tell me you're on it. So. Oh.
You could pester him enough. Oh, hey, Mark, how's it going?
Oh. Who's that guy?
What in the wide world of sports is going on?
Not a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah,
My phone's working.
Oh.
yeah, I see that.
How many did you cut out, Wade? 500,000?
Took me way too long to get it going.
Hi, Connie. Just me talking here, John, but it's a lot quieter too.
Yeah, actually, me and Art noticed that when I first kicked it on. I didn't even test it. Well, I basically put the blade in, tightened it up, and stepped on the foot pedal for about 2 seconds before I started my first live.
Nothing started smoking and nothing flew off, and it must be
Nope,
all
'cause
right.
if it was gonna happen, it was gonna happen live, right? So
Exactly.
The only noise I heard, Mark,
What's that?
when he had his tools laying on there when he fired it up, then he took his tools off and you don't hear nothing.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I still had my
It was like you
my
totally muted.
I had my hammer, my screwdrivers, my slip lock pliers, and my Allen keys were still sitting on my top here when I hit the pedal, as everything's just started slowly vibrating.
Yeah.
See, Mark, it don't sound like a tractor now.
No, it don't. It don't. It's nice and smooth, nice and quiet. In fact,
That
the only scroll saw I heard earlier was Dennis's.
You didn't hear mine?
Very little, but Dennis's saw drowned everybody out.
Oh yeah,
You
he's
might
got
not.
that old 35-year-old freaking Gilbo.
Well, I think his mic is also sitting right there on top of it, so that was a lot of it. So, howdy, Liz.
Wade said he bought a fanless PC for one of his CNCs this week.
So you never knew that about the background music sound effects things?
No, I didn't know that you could do just audio without it cutting away to video.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been to one of their what do they call it? Town halls. I haven't
hall
been to
meetings,
one of their town halls in probably a year. I used to go all the time, but I just haven't been able to find the
Yeah, I
time
used to
to
go to them
do
all
it.
the time too.
So,
Well, Mark,
Hello, Jeffrey. How's it going?
after a month, I got those 27 all done.
Hello,
all right.
Jeff.
Now I got starting on 12 over here.
Well, you figure that's almost one a day. So,
Those should have been done 3 weeks ago.
What, you want a time schedule?
Kinda.
Not as bad as Scott's time schedule.
Yeah. Well, with him renovating the entire inside of his house, yeah, he's been down a while. They're getting closer. He did the outside, had people do the outside first. He had a new roof, painted, new windows. You know, the house they moved into just wasn't very good, but that's what they found in Winston-Salem.
I'll be right back.
Already heard.
If you ever
Yeah,
watch his
Scott.
old videos, you know he was in Carolina Beach, is where he lived.
Mm-hmm.
Now he lives about 40 minutes from me in Winston-Salem. Okay, back to work.
Where was that post
Yep.
at that he put up?
Coffee breaks over. Back on your head.
Yeah. Can't get nothing done sitting there.
Yeah, that's better. I think that'll do. Hey, Russ, if I can jump in here, so can you. Carry your young postal rear end in here.
He's in timeout.
Is he in timeout?
I don't know.
No.
We don't know.
Wade, I did look at it for about a minute and a half, but I'll be honest. I have no need for anything like that, so I'm not ever gonna really investigate it. There are so many more things I'd rather have. Wade was asking if I ever looked at the rapid change system, which is an automatic tool changer for a CNC router. I really have no use for it. There are other things I would prefer to get first, like a rotary axis and a laser. Yeah, Wade, I see that it's cheap,
Yeah,
and
finally got.
I'd rather let them get all the bugs worked out of it and see how it goes. But I really have no interest or need for a ATC. Yeah, I'm not doing production work at all. I do one of a kind things, and that's about it.
There you go. There's
Ah, there
Jason's
you go.
bird he cut out today.
Nice.
There you go.
Little chickadee. Or is it a sparrow?
I would go with chickadee. The top of the beak almost. I think it's
Excuse me.
what's
A
my
little finch or something.
what kind
Man,
of
I'm so full. Good grief. Phew.
Hey Jason, just out of curiosity, is this the backside? Because you got some breakout here. I'm just thinking it looks like it might be the backside. Oh yeah, it is. I think the pattern's on the other side. Good job, though, man. So now what you got to do is you got to come on video with us and cut some stuff on video. Yeah, that's what you got to do.
On the dark
Good job, Jason. Way to go. So what you been up to, Mark? You been working on? Oh, did you ever get
Well,
your
I
program
tell
all
you,
figured out?
do what?
Did you ever get your
Do what?
program all figured out?
No,
Your
not
program.
100%. No, I got something going on in the background that I can't talk about, but I've got
Okay.
what I'm doing is I'm trying to also learn new editing software. I'm going to try to switch over to DaVinci Resolve,
Yeah.
and it's a completely different workflow. It's a completely different layout. They don't use the same terminology. It's just I'm learning all over again. So it's a process.
Well,
I'm
it's the
getting
same as
better
when I
at it though.
it's the same as when I changed over from my Corel X5 to my Corel X8. Like
Hmm.
everything, most of the things are still in the same spot, but I
Hmm.
have to look for other things that were easy to do aren't easy to find now.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the problem with this software. DaVinci Resolve is like a step, maybe one step below um, professional studio quality.
Okay.
They have they have the free version which they give away, and there are a few things that don't work with it. There's a few options that you need the pro paid version, but what they really want you to do is to buy their hardware. And I mean, they have hardware up to, I mean, depending upon if you're doing audio processing, video processing, or both, they have, you can outfit a complete studio out of this. And I mean, with control boards that look like you're trying to, send a rocket ship to Mars or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Humongous things. I mean, just the basic keyboard to run the software is like $500. And it's just a plain old QWERTY keyboard like everybody's using now. But
Yeah.
it's got special hotkeys built into it to access certain controls. I don't need anything like that. So,
Yeah, but you
you know,
you can you should be able to program your hotkeys where you want them as well.
yeah, I probably could. I just haven't gotten to that step yet. But
Oh, okay.
they figure they'll go ahead and give away the software and try to entice you to buy the hardware. And some
Yeah.
people have, and they like it. But that's not me. I don't. I'm not that quality. I'm not going for 4K videos and things like that.
What?
So no, I'm a weekend warrior, man. I don't. Um, I'm not doing 4K video. I got a camera that shoots 4K, and the first time I shot a 4K video, I loaded it up onto the computer. It was while I was transferring it over to the computer, I saw how big the file sizes were, and I was like, oh, hell no.
Well, it's like remember back you remember back in the day when Blu-rays first came out, and you
Yeah.
could not play Blu-rays on your DVD player. You had to get a
Hmm.
Blu-ray player for them.
Yep.
And now you got to get the 4K or the
Hmm.
5K video in order to watch it on your 5K TV
Yeah.
rounded TV screen, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they keep changing the formats and everything, and I just, nah, I'll stick with 1080p. I don't do anything that needs that much clarity and detail. Half of the time I'm broadcasting through StreamYard, which is limited to 720p anyhow. And the other half of the time I'm on YouTube and I don't get super, super close up on anything. So, you know, if I was trying to do theatrical releases, then maybe I would do something like that. But nah.
Actually, I thought you can go to 1080. Yeah, you can go to
Not
1080
on
on StreamYard. Yeah, full
not on the
HD
basic plan.
1080p, already live in 720. It says
Are you in 1080 or 720?
I'm on 480 right now. I go to 720.
Okay. Yeah, see,
Wait, let me
I think on the
just
basic plan, I think you and I both have the basic plan, and
yeah,
that's limited to
I
720.
yeah. because I can't switch to 1080 because you need the professional version for that one.
Right. And that one, I don't do anything on my live streams that's worth 1080. It's ding dong sure not worth paying double for. So there isn't anything on the professional plan that I would use really. So I don't, I'm too Scottish for that. The Dutchman's
But you can,
Woodsack.
but you can stream onto 5 platforms though.
I stream to YouTube and that's it. Dutchman's Woodshack says I need to figure out how you do your intro so I can do that on my shows when I start up.
Okay,
Are you talking to John or me?
me. Oh, both of us probably. So just hold on a sec. So Jeff, it starts off like this. Hey everybody, John here. What if I could scroll soft portrait design and woodworks? Welcome to the show. There you go. There's my intro.
Yeah.
But
Then
no,
mine is hey y'all, happy Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. And that's it.
yeah, but you have your 5 minute video, your 5 minute pre-play video in
Yeah.
intro that you
Mhm.
have.
Yeah. All I did was I looked for some background music that was right at 5 minutes long. And then I put that into my video editing software with a still picture and adjusted that still picture to stay up for that 5 minutes. Then I found a transparent GIF file of a countdown from 5 minutes down to 0. And I added that as an overlay on top of that photo. And it sits over in one corner and it all starts at the same time. And I just rendered that, saved it as a video, and I put it up on StreamYard. And I
See that?
go, I put up that still photo. Live Q&A will begin shortly. Then I click on over in brand. I click on and I go live. Then as soon as it says you're live, I click on that video and it plays that 5 minute countdown. Then I put myself in the studio, and the minute that 5 minute countdown is done, camera goes live, mic goes live, off you go. It sounds more
Okay,
complicated than it is.
just broke another blade. Some freaking cheap Olsons. I'm gonna go back to my other Nikos now. So
Twink.
yeah. So I know that so my video I got Nancy actually did my video for me, and it's actually very simple. So she has the countdown on there, and then she
Mhm.
grabs some photos off my site, and we're gonna redo it so that I have some actually completed photos on there,
Mhm.
and that's it. And then she added my wording at the end of it.
Mhm.
Connie's video, I love Connie's opening video. It starts at 40 seconds, but it looks awesome. It's panoramic, going through the mountain view,
Mhm.
and the 40, 30, 20 is like superimposed in the mountains, and it comes toward you like three dimensional as you're flying through it.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome. Connie's intro video, I love. I love her countdown video.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
It,
Um,
it just it just depends on what you want out there, though.
right. And I tend to go for music that's kind of in the folk realm, not quite country, not real heavy folk, singing about mining disasters and things like that. I try to be a little bit more mellow and just relaxed and laid back because none of this stuff is rocket surgery, as my daughter used to say.
Yeah.
So,
I know my I used to get my music through Ben Sound,
mhm,
and there's a lot. They got a huge variety of genre over there
mhm,
for like intros, background audio, and stuff like that.
yeah. I get all mine from YouTube's audio library. I know a couple of people who used to go through a third party and They paid for the music and or the subscription fee or what have you. But then that company sold to another company who immediately started copyright striking everybody, whether you had paid for it or not. And I just decided, yeah, no, that would be my luck too. So I stick with YouTube and I give the attribution where it's required, and everybody else can just go jump. But I've never had a copyright claim or a copyright strike.
The only ones I used to have was when we got the StreamYard opening music countdown got
Yep.
dinged on Facebook.
I don't even use that. And that's another dirty secret that folks don't realize. And that's one of the reasons why I only go to YouTube, is because if you get music from the YouTube audio library, you're clear for YouTube, but
Yeah,
you may not be clear for Facebook or any of those other platforms that you might stream to. So if you're going to broadcast to more than one platform at a time, you better make absolutely certain that you're not going to get a copyright strike on one of those other platforms. And about the only way
yeah.
you can do that is to make your own music. So Robin says, read the chat, please. Why? Gregster.
Hi, Jason. That's YouTube, not Connie.
Markster.
That's YouTube Premiere Edit, not Connie. You could do that easily, John. Read the chat, please.
Yeah. I was answering a question, Robin.
Like I know I can do it. I can do it myself. It's
Mhm.
fun easier just to have a wait. What's going on? Oh, wait. I'm like I hear lurking music in the background. I'm trying to look at the crappy ladies playing. Sorry, guys. Hey, Greg,
Can't
what do
be
you up to,
killing
buddy?
my feet 'cause I've been muted.
I'm just sitting pretty,
Yeah.
if you believe that. I got some swampland for you.
Not in Canada, you don't.
You bet. We got swampland here.
It's all
We got
ice
lots of
cubes
swampland.
now.
It's yeah,
No, it's all thought out again.
Did
yeah,
it?
it did.
Wow.
Yep.
It was up in the high 40s there last week here.
Phew.
Not centigrades or Celsius.
Cellulose.
Yeah, cellulose. Yep. And
Oh.
right now it warmed up this evening.
Mhm.
Once the sun went down. Oh no, it's back down degree now.
Yeah, it's minus 13 here
I
now.
don't even know what we're at. Let's see. What are we at here?
We're 34 degrees right now.
We're at 45. That's 7 cellulose.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Cellulose fiber.
And we have a 50% chance of rain or snow tonight.
Holy moly, glad I'm not up yonder.
8%.
But the low is only going to be 39. So that means it's going to be rain down here until Tuesday.
We've been having a lot of fog.
Us too.
You know, you get it that near freezing, just above freezing.
Mhm.
High humidity.
Yep.
In the thing.
Yep. We get that where the fog freezes on trees.
Oh yeah,
You get that white spiky looking stuff. Now,
we call that hoarfrost.
okay, down here the local Native American tribes call it pogonip. and I have no idea where that comes from, but that's what it is. Pogo nip.
Sometimes it's just very, very small, and like other times it's just hairy, like like an
Yeah,
inch or better.
but it looks cool as hell.
Oh yeah,
It's
No, it does.
beautiful.
It's freaking
and
awesome.
that's when all the photographers get their cameras out, and
Oh yeah. But
So if you
up
go to
north of
senior
us a
edited,
little bit, when they were having those ice storms and I was losing internet connection every hour and a half, they got up to 3/4 of an inch of ice on the wires, and it was dragging it down, weighing it down just enough to where semis were going through it and tearing down power lines and tearing down cable and all kinds of wild. Oh man, it was nasty.
Hello, Greg.
So,
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
wonder
we
if
get
Quebec's gonna have any ice storms this year.
mhm.
we get some wicked ones down there.
Well, that's not normal weather for us. Like I said, that's up north closer to Portland that was going on. But that's not even normal for them. But they had it bad for about a week straight.
We'll get icing too, and the hydro crews. We call them hydro because it's hydroelectric,
Right.
and they'll go out and do what they call roll the lines,
Mhm.
and with a big long fiberglass pole with a wheel
Yeah.
on it, and they
Yeah.
just run down, and they usually sit in some sort of a tracked vehicle
Mhm.
in the back of it, like a pickup truck on tracks,
Mhm.
and go for miles. Otherwise, they can hook up power to the area, like they shut the power down on the really big, like the tall ones,
Mhm.
and they put a huge amount of
60,000 volt.
amperage through it,
Mhm.
and
Just pulse it,
and it melts the
melts it
snow.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not prepared for stuff like that down here because it's not normal.
hmm
It's kind of like snow in Southern California. People freak out. They have no clue what the hell to do. So they go to the store and buy everything. You know.
all the milk, all the bread.
Oh hell, light bulbs, duct tape. I mean, you name it. They get everything, man. They don't know what to get.
So is the saw working as good as it should, John?
Yeah, it's actually working better because it's a lot quieter than it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Did it take you long to put it together?
Now it took me about 40, 45 minutes, but that's only because
Oh
I
yeah.
dropped the nut. I dropped the nut down the back there,
Mm-hmm.
and we all know how clean John's floor is.
Yeah.
I dropped the nut into 3/4 of inches of sawdust at the back end that I can't reach at. Right?
That's what magnets on a stick are for, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I went
You think,
down
you,
to
you think John has magnets in his shop?
Harbor Freight and I got one of them it's a magnet on a wand. It's a disc magnet about maybe 3 inches in diameter. And
I had a couple of those.
I'm constantly picking stuff up out of the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
How I have 4 tires on that car, I don't know, because I've been picking up nails for 10 years. And I don't work down in that area. So
My luck to be brass nuts I'd drop.
yeah.
Exactly. But you gotta get a brass magnet then, right?
Ah, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Princess Auto has them, I think.
Yeah.
It's like one of those aluminum magnets.
Yep. They're right beside the brass ones
Mhm.
and the plastic ones.
Plastic magnets. There's my garage band, the plastic magnets.
Yep. But for that, the non-ferrous ones, I use one of them grabber things with the four
Oh yeah.
a nipple grabber.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to be more precise with that than a magnet,
You have to know where it is too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my blade wearing out.
Ruh-roh.
Time
Twink.
check. No, it won't break. I'm gonna change it. I don't break blades. I change them.
Well, now, just because you said that, you're going to break the
I
next
use
three tonight.
I use
No.
mine so they break.
Yeah.
Well,
Get
when they
every
get
last
hot,
bit out of it.
yeah, but John, those get when they get hot, they burn the wood. I don't want to burn the wood.
Isn't that what wood's for?
No, then it takes away the beauty of it.
Okay, Wade asked me a question up here further back, and I'm not ignoring you, Wade. I'm just deaf.
That's
If
weird.
if you were to get a laser mark, would it be the one that fastens to your Avid or a standalone? It would be the one that fastens to my Avid because I don't have any place to put a standalone. In fact, I went to my local tool supply place the other day while Linda was at the dentist. Um, and I was drooling over the drum sanders again. I wish I had room to put one of those. I just don't. So I live vicariously through the tool company. I go visit it every once in a while.
I think there was somebody selling a laser, a CNC router, and I don't know if it was a like plastic 3D printer all in one. You change the heads.
Yeah.
The only thing with that, a lot of times, things that'll do multitasks don't
Mhm.
do any of them all that well.
Really good. Yeah. Yeah.
I
You have
don't
to
know.
kind of specialize. I mean,
Thought those guys were the shopsmiths.
well, not only that, but when you're set up for one thing, you're pretty much stuck until that one thing is done. You
Actually,
know,
I've
if
seen
you get a standalone laser, you can be cutting two different things at the same time.
I
So,
seen this new. It was a planer slash um uh a jointer slash thickness planer.
yeah,
Like what? Why would
yep.
somebody invent that?
They've been around for a long time overseas.
Really?
Yeah, they've been around for a long time.
Well, I suppose there'd be small shops over there, right?
Yeah, yeah, and there's a table you flip up, and it's just a jointer. Then you flip that table down, it becomes a planer. Or they have the type that are dedicated. It doesn't move at all. You just joint on one side and plane underneath.
I seen one of those.
Mhm.
Some lady. I can't remember what country she lived in, but she had one of those in her
Yep.
shop.
Yep. They're neat looking pieces of equipment.
They look
I,
heavy too.
Oh yeah, they're not for little shops like mine. That thing would take up one entire wall of my shop, and I'd never get in the door.
They was like
Uh,
thick, solid steel.
mm-hmm. Yep. Wade says Phantom CNC has a nice 12-inch jointer planer. Yeah. Um. Oh man, I'm trying to think of who else it was that makes them. Starts with an F. Um.
Festool,
No, not Festool.
Fent.
Um.
Well, they make tractors.
They're known for band saws and planers. Oh heck.
It starts with a P.
No, with an F.
Oh, Google it.
Now it'll, Felder. There you go. Thank you, Wade. Felder. Felder makes a big one too.
I was
I
either say
think they
Farley
also.
or Felder next.
I I think they also make a format saw. I'd like to have a format saw, but there ain't no way I have any room for that.
What's that?
A format saw has a built-in sliding table. And I used to
Oh,
use one at the cabinet shop, last cabinet shop I worked at. And
Like a horizontal panel saw. Ooh, ooh. that has
Kind of, yeah,
that has the slider down the side of it, so you could run like 10-foot panels through it, right?
yeah. The panel runs on a track, or the panel saw portion of it runs on a track, and I used to rip sheets of plywood on a standard 10-inch Delta unisaw, and then cross cut those rips down into the correct cabinet size panel sizes on that format saw. But I could also, it had a little attachment that you hooked down on the end of it that had teeth on it. You could take a long, I I cut up to 14-foot boards. Take a long board and wedge it underneath those teeth, and then clamp it down and straight edge it all in one pass. About a 14-foot long board. And oh man, was that thing ever sweet. If it had just a little bit more table to it, I would have used that to rip the plywood sheets. Then it had stop blocks. It had like 4 stop blocks on that sliding table portion of it. So I could set it up for base cabinets and then set it up for 2 different sizes of wall cabinets that just flip down whichever stop that I was cutting for.
I say that some of these all-in-ones aren't that good, but my welder is a 3-in-1 MIG,
Mm-hmm.
TIG, and stick, and it's good, but it's kind of, I wouldn't call it a production unit, but it's it's for a shop, like like a
Yeah.
um,
Is it blue or green?
yellow
Yellow.
Oh, ESOB?
ESAB, made in Sweden.
Yeah, sure. From Sweden.
Flirty, 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 flirty. Snip, snip, snip.
Jason says, good night, everybody. Lawrence
Jason.
says, stay safe and blessed prayers for everyone. Wade
Jason,
says,
if you want to try coming on the show, then I'll just ask. I'll send you a link and you can try it. Don't worry about being a chicken. We're all friends here.
try it. You'll
We all
like
laughed
it.
at Rob. We laughed at Rob when she first started too, so it's okay.
Yeah. Some of us still do. She don't care.
Now she's got a huge, awesome show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just talk to us like we're trying to borrow money from you.
Well, we are, but
Yeah, I mean, that was both the truth and a lie at the same time. Wade says Felder has a saw that detects your hand and drops the blade until your hand goes away. Then it comes back up. Well, hey.
Oh, okay. That's not the way I was hearing that. It detects your hand, then drops, so your hand goes away.
I was gonna, yeah. Some of them do that without going away, without dropping. Don't even slow down. Robin says, "What?" She heard her name. Yeah, that's what I tell folks who come on with me, Adele. Just, talk to me like I'm trying to borrow money from you, just, or I want to date your daughter or something like that. It's,
So, Robin, it was a compliment.
Yes.
it was. My daughter's married.
Yeah, both of mine are.
All right.
Robin says, "Yay, I do."
I think Robin needs to click that little
Advanced button.
where it says live down there, next to the volume control on the video. Oh, you had to rewind to see what we said. Okay. I don't know. I think my next big purchase is going to be a track saw. I'm getting too old to sling around plywood anymore.
Oh, I like that. Cuts like butter.
I know that feeling.
When I was doing the inside of my shed, I picked up a sheet of that T111 to go run it through the table saw, and I got it halfway through, and I was like, "Dang, this ain't fun no more." I got to remember, I'm not 19.
Yeah, I remember the days of humping 16-foot sheets of drywall, sheetrock,
Mm-hmm.
and they're double, right?
16,
Yeah,
16-foot
S-
sheets.
16-foot sheets.
yeah,
Two of us, one on each end.
yep,
So, and of course, you're going up a skinny board with some cross nailed traction things
yeah.
through over the clods of clay and rocks. And
Okay, Connie says, "Okay, John, it's there now."
Yeah, it better be Connie. It's the last time I'm looking.
Is that a monkey, Greg, going up on a skinny board? Says Robin.
yeah, I was talking to her, Robin earlier, trying to tell her about, and she denied ever knowing about a monkey on a stick you used to get at the circus when you were a kid.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
like had the rubber band.
there's something. Yeah, and it would climb. It would climb the rubber. Yep,
Yep. Mhm.
yep.
Yep. Okay, Wade says he got a track saw. He got the Makita 40-volt one with a 9-foot track and a 5-foot track. My problem with a lot of this stuff, Wade, is if I'm going to invest in a battery format, I want to be able to get. I want to like the tool, so I'm probably going to end up with Milwaukee. But I was just looking at that, and that's almost $800 for the one I want. I'm like, holy cow! Premieres in 21 hours. Nice.
21 hours. So bookmark it now.
Yep. Somebody's pining for spring.
Yep. That's that Connie girl there. That art with Connie girl.
Mm-hmm.
Is she
Spring.
using an airbrush?
Spring has
No,
sprung. The
it's
flowers has riz.
it's all hand done with brushes. She
Yeah.
loves her fan brush though. I like the
Does
underneath the tree. The looks like shadows under the tree. That looks awesome.
she uses her fan brush? Does that make her a
She loves her
fangirl?
fan brush. Yep, she's a fan girl.
Oh, okay. Just asking. Wade says I've given up on standardization. Yeah, there is no standardization, and that's why I I want to make sure that I like all the tools I'm getting ready to buy if I'm going to invest in that format. I made that
Yeah,
mistake once.
I think Milwaukee's got a track saw now.
Yeah, they do. I was looking at it earlier today.
Yeah, I went with the battery deal. When I started, I bought some DeWalt 18 volts. The old style or whatever format.
Mhm.
And I found it would be good tools.
Oh,
And then when you got about 6 units, well, guess what? We go to the 20 volt, and then they got the
Mhm.
20-volt battery adapters that'll go into the 18-volt
Mhm.
thing. So I just stuck with DeWalt.
Sounds a little bit like iPhone, doesn't it? New phone won't fit the old charger, so you got to
Yeah,
rebuy everything. Yeah.
but with the new Milwaukee the Milwaukee system, you can actually buy all the adapters for them.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's with the DeWalt. And at DeWalt, the Mac man with the tool truck sold it because
Mhm.
Mac is owned by DeWalt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Billy Burt stopping
Hey,
in. How
Billy.
you doing, Billy? Wade says we use Milwaukee M12 as they are light and easy for the wife to use also. Yeah, I'm looking at the M18 system, but I haven't made my decision yet.
Yeah, we use the M18s at work, and that's what I got in my shop. That's what I got in my shop too. The M18s.
Yeah, that's what
Because
I'm looking at.
they're durable enough,
Mhm.
and they last forever. The batteries last forever for what I do anyway. And
Yeah.
if you get a really good deal, try and buy the 6 pack
Uh-huh.
tools. And sometimes you'll even either get a free battery or another free tool on top of that. But I got the reciprocating. I got the reciprocating saw. The
Well, fellas,
reciprocating
I'm gonna call it an evening. Somebody's fixing to go to bed, and
the
I gotta be quiet.
drill.
Okay, Herb.
Hey,
Yeah,
Herb.
hello.
Take care.
All right, Herb, take care, man. The hammer drill with the clutch on it as well.
Mhm.
So hammer, screw, and drill on it. Impact, uh, quarter-inch impact. It's a half-inch drill, so it's good
Mhm.
for everything. This came with the skill saw, or sorry, the
Circular
what can I
saw.
call it? The circular saw, and a flashlight, 2 chargers, and 3 batteries.
Well, the track saw outfit that I'm looking at is 797, but with my military discount, it brings it down to 717, and that's
That's a good
expensive
deal.
enough.
Yeah, yeah, but
So,
yeah, but if you compare it to the stool, it's half price. You just save $700.
do what?
You just save $700 by buying a Milwaukee instead of a Festool, though. So now you
Oh
can
yeah,
buy
oh
all
yeah,
the
yeah. I don't have any of that green stuff in my shop, not because I don't want it, but because I have a hard time parting with $600 for a sander. You know,
Yep.
that's now if I see something on Craigslist or on the marketplace, I know a guy that picked up one of those $600 sanders for $25 because the dust extraction port was broken. Well, he got a hold of a new one for Festool, and he has a good Festool sander that he paid $25 for.
Wow.
If I fall into a deal like that, then yeah, I'll buy it. But I'm not going to go out and pay. I'm not paying $1,500 for a miter saw. That's not happening.
See, and I know it also depends on where you buy it from too,
Mhm.
because um, the boss at work bought all his tools through one of our drill bit supplier in Edmonton,
Mhm.
and our tools are warranted. The batteries, the chargers, and the cases are all warranted through him. If we
Yeah.
buy them local in town, like Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, they're not warranted.
Well, it's because you're using them for commercial purposes. I'm
Yeah,
just a weekend warrior.
but if you buy it from a commercial shop,
Mhm.
it'll come with a warranty. If you buy
Right.
it from a retail shop, it won't. I'm just
Well,
putting that out
yeah,
there for you.
mine. I was looking at that earlier today. There's a 1 year warranty on all the Milwaukee stuff. And it's been my experience that if something's going to happen, it's going to happen in the first couple 3 months. So, and I know I don't buy the extended warranties. I never have.
Unless you go with Ryobi, right? Ryobi has lifetime warranty on the case, the battery, and the charger,
Mhm.
and that's for every tool that they have.
Wade is saying, in some cases, Makita will replace all your tools in the shop and give free batteries and stuff to get you on.
To use their
Um,
brand, yeah.
yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Makita. A lot of their stuff is really cool and is really good qualities, but some of their stuff is real garbage.
See, I remember back in the day when I used 7.92 Makitas with the
Mhm.
battery that went in the bottom end.
Yeah.
So the battery went in the bottom end here, right? The 7.2 batteries were like 8 inches long.
Yeah.
Now they were nicely weighted. They were awesome to work with.
Mhm.
The holsters the holsters that you can get for them were awesome. I used to have a holster on each side with the leg straps. I basically looked like I was walking around with 2 6 shooters all the time.
Yep. Gunslinger.
Freaking
Come
awesome.
on, somebody break something. You know.
It
The
was
Makita
freaking awesome.
back in the day, Makita was a very good tool. Like
Mhm.
but as time moved on, I think they lost a bit of their quality control. I remember the 7.2 volt drills, and then they went to 9.6
Yep.
tools and used a heck out of them. And they had a real good 90-degree 9.6. We used a lot in boat rigging,
Now,
but that
Makita
was
makes
before
a
Milwaukee and DeWalt come into the thing,
yeah.
into the picture.
There is one thing by Makita that I've had on my wish list for a couple of years now. That's the Makita 9741 wheel sander. It uses metal brushes. I used to use a lot of reclaimed lumber, and that Makita wheel sander is a fabulous tool. It's an excellent tool. I've got a buddy that's what he does. His job is cleaning up reclaimed lumber. Like they'll go up in the mountains and they'll take down an entire log cabin, and he'll bring it back and he'll take that wheel sander with a brass brush, and he'll go over each one of these logs and then go over it with a metal detector before he starts resawing it on the sawmill. And that thing, I mean, it's really a top quality tool. It's also almost $700. So that's why I don't have one. It's on my wish list, but I don't see that happening because I don't use as much reclaimed lumber as I used to.
Hello, Nancy.
Now that's looking real cool,
Lurking.
John.
Thanks. Like too much light. There you go. That looks better. Not as much light on it.
That's the kind of mirror I need. Doesn't show me anything.
Hmm?
Yeah. Well, I gotta see if I can get any mirror stock in my shop here. Give me a
Best
second.
part of that, Greg, is you can put a picture of whoever you want to look like in there, and you're always going to be
Yeah,
right.
That's why I did my thumbnail like that.
Hmm?
I can go look up a web search for Fabian or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Mad Max era Mel Gibson, you know.
Hmm.
Um, see, Connie says I have a lot of different colors on my tools. Yeah, and that's one I on the tools that plug in. I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got everything from Harbor Freight to the Porter Cable Craftsman. I mean, you name it. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. But if I'm going to invest in a cordless option, I don't want 13 different battery chargers floating around the shop. I want to get one charger or two at the most, you know.
My favorite charger is the air compressor
Yeah.
because it fits every one of the pneumatic tools I have.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of air tools too.
Yeah.
And my compressor can keep up with most of them. It has a hard time with the DA,
Hmm.
but I use the DA with like 100 grit sandpaper for real preliminary sanding, and then I switch over to my corded sanders. I've got two of them. I got to replace the bearing in my Porter cable.
I got a couple of pneumatic DAs. One a nice one, lightweight,
Mhm.
really, really nice.
Yeah, I
It's got
got
the
it.
finer, the smaller circle or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
the thing. Then I got one, a clunky old one. It's a I forget one of them, Chicago Pneumatic or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah, Harbor Freight.
No, not
Um,
Central. That's Central Pneumatic.
the,
Chicago Pneumatic is the older company.
there was also okay, all right, you're right about that. Central Pneumatic, Chicago Electric. Chicago Electric
Hmm.
was the one of Harbor Freight's brands.
Yeah.
They've moved on to something else now.
Well, you know how they got to be kind of close to a recognizable name, right?
Right.
And I got a worm drive skill saw that my dad won at
Oh
some kind of
gosh.
a thing. Wow, that thing is heavy,
Hmm.
and good saw. You can't wear that out. That'll wear a
No,
man out.
no, but it's a two-handed tool.
Yeah. I used it for framing and that, and you get a
Hmm.
2x4
Hmm.
and a sawhorse,
Hmm.
and you can one hand it through. Like you just put that thing on about a 45-degree thing, and you don't have to push. You just
No,
you just
you don't
zing.
just hold on and guide
Yep.
it.
But it's not something you want up on a roof where you're trimming all the end pieces of
Mm-mm,
plywood.
mm-mm.
And no.
Nope.
That's where you want the plastic Makita.
Yep. Absolutely. If it's got to be overhead, if it's got to be above shoulder level, I don't want it.
Mhm.
See here. Yeah, Shay says it's always good to be at the right part of the live. Yeah, it's well, it depends.
Not my mirror.
Connie says I have a Makita hand planer. Yeah, I had one, but it busted. We had a sander at the last furniture shop I worked at. It was a Makita um, quarter sheet sander. And every time you flip the button on that thing, I swear I thought it was going to blow up. I mean, that motor just sounded so raggedy, and it wasn't old. It sounded that way from day one, and it's just like, wow, this thing is really a piece of garbage.
I got a corded Makita uh, hammer drill,
Mm-hmm.
5/8 capacity. But the
Yeah,
only thing it's too fast. It's like the RPM is too fast
yeah.
for steel. It's okay for wood and all that kind of stuff and concrete,
What?
but
Well, it's a hammer drill, right?
yeah, but it's got a high and
It,
low speed, right? But
yeah,
but
but
the,
it
the
ain't made
low
for
is still too
steel.
fast. No,
Connie says she has a Milwaukee reciprocating saw. Yeah, there you go. Mine's an El Cheapo Harbor Freight corded recip saw. That's all right. I don't
I
use
got
it as much as I used to.
I got the battery DeWalt reciprocating saw,
Hmm.
and that's great. Instead of a
Yeah.
chainsaw, put a pruning blade on it, and away I go.
Yep. I use it too. I that's what I use mine for too. It's just I have to drag around a cord with me. That's okay.
Yeah. Like you're not going to cut cordwood with it, but
No.
pruning and trimming up and
Hmm.
no problem.
Yep. Yeah. Connie says she uses hers all the time. I used to use a lot of reclaimed wood, but I found that when I got into using CNC routers, all I was doing was dulling my bits too fast. So I really backed off of that, and I started focusing on using um, higher quality hardwoods. But yeah, I used to. It. I was Mr. Scavenger. I mean, if I saw somebody taking down a section of fence, I was right over there. What you going to do with those old boards? I'll take them if you're going to throw them out. And I had a stack of fence boards back here that you wouldn't believe. But I finally worked my way through most of those, and it's not worth replacing bits every 3 times faster than you normally would, or swapping out planer blades because they've all got nicks in them from crud that was embedded in the wood. That's why I wanted that brush sander. Yeah, I still do reclaim some wood, Connie. In fact, when I was learning how to use my machine, I would get on the free section of my local Craigslist and just look for wood that was headed for the landfill, because I have no problem with cutting up a piece of something somebody was going to throw away just to learn my machine, learn a tool, or learn a technique. And the price was right.
Hello, Steve.
Now, Steve has popped in. Howdy, Steve. Harneo Media. For all your website's wants, wishes, and desires.
Hello, Steve.
You can still find some neat stuff out there, Connie. I've only got 2 left. Um, I found a deal where a guy was renovating his kitchen, and he had a bunch of solid cherry doors. He was painting the cabinets and switching over to a slab door from the raised panel door. Well, didn't take me but a few minutes to take that door apart and get rid of the finish that was on it, and I had some nice cherry panels. So you can find some good stuff on those um, on the free section if you look. Yeah, I'm trying to click on Robin's comment and I can't. For websites, branding, logo design, and more, check out Arneal Media. Do yourself a favor and do it. Not that one. That one. So,
The other day I was checking out Rumble as another streaming site. It's not going to work
Yeah.
for me, and I figured out also on the YouTube Live one down there that you got to set everything before you hit the live button. You
right.
can't change anything halfway through like we can on StreamYard.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to do that. And I was checking out a couple website pages, Square Spot, and Wix as well
Hmm.
for a new website. I think I'm just gonna talk to Steve.
You do yourself a favor. Talk to Steve.
What was Rumble doing to you, John?
Rumble was fine. It's just hard to navigate throughout it. You can hook up your YouTube, your Facebook, and everything else, just like StreamYard,
Mm-hmm.
Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. Like you can hook up everything the exact same as StreamYard. Um, it's pretty much the same as StreamYard. It's just it's like the free version.
Hmm.
It's like the free version of StreamYard, only there's less stuff on it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can use StreamYard for free. It's just that you have their logo up at the top right edge
Yeah.
of your screen. And if you're fine with that, I mean, go for it.
Click.
I do the annual thing, so I pay StreamYard once a year, and then that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a big deal. I do too.
Kick.com. Is that a translation from a Far East language, Robin?
Well, I don't know. I thought maybe that was the Canadian way of spelling it.
No,
Oh, okay.
Wow.
not this Canadian anyway.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it's totally believable, John. It's me.
Oh,
No,
I
I
know.
went on Rumble. Well, I got
Good thing.
a video taken down
Hmm.
that was a unlisted,
Hmm.
and it was of my granddaughter, and I wanted to put it on there so I could send it to somebody, and let them watch it, right?
Yeah.
Well, so they take this down because it's it's not made for kids. It's not whatever. It's just my granddaughter when she was, between 0 and 1 years. Well, 1 year old.
Hmm.
So, well, oh, you've breached their laws or whatever,
Oh
their
yeah,
guidelines.
anything to do with kids,
Standard.
yes.
And so, well, which one? Oh no, they won't tell you. They'll
No,
list about 40, you know, and that.
yeah,
And so anyway, I went on to Rumble and I put it on there, and so far it's up and no problem. But
yeah,
going on there, like you say, hard to navigate. Yeah, it was not intuitive, although that is usually what happens with many softwares that I get
yeah,
into. You're used to one type, and then,
Yeah.
well, where's this and where's that? And
yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you clarified that, Connie, because Steve said kick Robin. It's similar to Twitch, mostly half naked girls. Then Connie pops right in. That's what I'm doing. And then she clarified using the free StreamYard. That's what I'm doing.
Ah.
So I'm
not the
glad
click.
I'm glad you did that. You
Connie,
know,
what's the name of that site?
well, her
Yeah.
subscriber count is fixing to double. So, you know.
It's only
Dude,
$10 a
Connie,
month for click
yeah,
or kick or
Con-
whatever.
Connie's got
Hey, Jack.
Connie's got 3.2 thousand subscribers
Hmm.
Oh,
on her YouTube. Her YouTube, yeah. Hey Bob, how's it going?
Bob. I see Jack.
So he says I put most of my videos on Rumble at the same time I upload to YouTube.
somehow
See,
you
but
can do that, and I thought I did, but it doesn't do it. Or I
yeah,
pushed
see,
the wrong button.
and I know like when I was over on Wix, you can upload your PayPal to Wix as well, so they'll take payments from there, blah blah blah, and everything else. You got to pay for the premium one
Yeah.
that'll make an e-site for you and a shop and everything else.
Hmm.
And then you got to give them a portion of
Yeah.
your income for administration fees, whatever, right?
And that's why I like working with Steve because he's, that you don't pay for additional add-ons unless you're looking for something completely
The ordinary.
custom. And
Yeah.
he's got to go in and buy a plug-in for it to be able to do what you want to do. Then the price is going to change. But for a e-commerce site, no, there's no upcharge for that. I mean,
Okay, let me go over to my sander for a sec. Be right back.
I got 3 more to go.
I like working with Steve because I just don't have the problems I see other people having with their websites. I don't have the downtime. I don't have the runaround. I don't have the talking to this guy in a call center and then the next time talking to this guy in a call center, and neither one of them has, made any connection with one another. And I get a hold of somebody new and they have no clue what the hell I'm talking about. No, I just don't have the problems. I still don't know how he does everything he does. I mean, he does it all in the background and he's everywhere at the same time. So, you know,
He's omnipresent.
yeah. And I just stick with who works and with what works, you know, and Billy says because he's that good. Damn Skippy. He is that good.
Huh.
Connie says her channel stopped growing when she switched over to art. Well, what did you do before, Connie? Um, just I know I'm being really personal here. If it's none of my business, just tell me mind my own damn business, and I'm fine.
I did find Connie's OnlyFans site.
Oh no. Okay, you were crafts and DIYs. Well, I speak just for me, Connie. I think of art like what you're doing, painting and things. To me, that's different than crafting and DIYs. So, art has a different fan base, I guess you'd say, than
Of course
crafting
I
and
do.
DIY does. I mean, I appreciate all of it, but if you're into weaving or something like that, you're not looking for someone who's painting, no matter how good they are.
I try to keep it simple.
Yeah, you just cut out 27 dogs. That's keeping it simple, all right.
And I got 3 left of those for the cutouts. Then I'll drill the holes, cut all them out,
Mhm.
do the veining work,
Mhm.
and then chop them up.
Yeah, that's real simple.
Then I'll get another 12 or 13 ready. Let's see. I'd have to switch cameras for you, Mark. Hang on a second.
I believe you. I just saw that stack you took over across the room.
Oh no, I got printed out. I meant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're up here. You can't really see the table because the light's so bright above.
Yeah.
But it didn't fall. That's what them toys are. I don't know how much of a visual you'll get on that.
That's what you got left to do?
Well, for this part, yeah.
Hope you don't plan on sleeping anytime soon. That makes me tired just looking at it.
I got more cats, more dogs. Most of these are more dogs. And some dinosaurs, more dogs.
More dogs. More
Well,
dogs.
when I sold at the fair,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to have at least 10 or so of each.
Mm-hmm.
That way, instead of making $4,000, maybe I can make $6,000.
Hey, that'll work.
Okay.
Well,
Well, if you're in it for the money, sure, I suppose.
Connie says she's heading for bed. All right. Good night,
Wait,
Miss
I'm almost
Connie.
done. Just give me a sec.
Night, Connie.
John's almost done. You can't leave yet. The good stuff's about to start.
There you go.
Did you cut that mirror, John?
What's that?
Did you cut that mirror?
Yes.
Plexiglass.
Plexi.
Oh, cheater.
So the easiest way to make a mirror, okay? Get some 1/8 clear plexi acrylic
Yeah.
and go to your local sign shop and get some silver or chrome vinyl. Okay, get them to lay the chrome vinyl on the back of it and then put packing tape on the back of it because otherwise it'll actually peel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you get the chrome vinyl on the back of your clear plexi,
Mm-hmm.
which makes it looks like an actual mirror, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to put your pattern on, just put some press and seal on it. Then put your pattern on it, right? Press and seal pattern, and then take some paint thinner and clear it off. Look at that.
Zippity da doo.
You can see
And it
yourself.
doesn't look like a funhouse mirror?
Here you can see. No, it's perfectly flat, right? You can see the reflection and everything here, right? Here, see the reflection. Everything's. See, there's my screen. There's my laptop screen right there. The background you can see.
Now there's a fingerprint there.
I didn't touch it.
And if you wanted to, You could like cut cracks in it and things like that for
Yep.
some sort
Yep.
of an effect. Yeah. All right. Jack says that's a lot of work. I just cut it with the CO2 laser.
Yeah, but Jack, that's not.
Nobody likes a smart aleck, Jack.
There are people that like production work, and there are people that like handmade, hand cut, custom design. Because honestly, I can customize this by either um, by putting a logo in the bottom here for who like when this goes up for the auction. If they want
Mhm.
something at the bottom here, I can put like what, the first letter of their last name in there. You can take the mirror off, I can just put a clear piece in there for a photo to go behind it, right?
Mhm. Robin says, when will my reflection show who I am inside? I think that's what MRIs are for, Robin.
Or
As
X-rays.
soon, as soon as you get rid of your black heart, your evil black heart has to go.
There is
Are,
that.
are you going to put antique wax on that thing, John?
Oh my god, no.
Robin puts that stuff on everything.
It's like Frank's, right?
Yep.
Frank's hot sauce.
Yep. Yep.
No. So what I got? In order to finish this off, I gotta sand it. I gotta sand. I gotta take it all apart, sand it all down. It's not glued together right now. It's actually just all pressure fit, and
Yep.
but the mirror will actually, you can actually adjust the mirror, right?
Well, it's just like a real big one from
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah. So I just gotta sand it down. I'm gonna put like a what's that pecan stain on the backer piece. Use a oak or walnut for the front piece to make it stand off, right?
There you go.
And then, but I got to take my mirror, make sure it's centered on the backer here, and then cut a small reveal in there to inset it into it,
Yeah.
so I can make it flat.
One of the first projects I ever cut on the CNC, of course, I had to make it difficult on myself. It was two-sided. I cut out, I drew a pair of sunglasses like this, and I cut out the outside of the frame, cut out the inside, then cut a rabbit in the back, and put mirror in both lenses. So it looks like a pair of mirrored Ray-Ban Wayfarers,
Oh yeah.
and painted the frames black, and gave them to my granddaughters for one Christmas. Put little jewels and gems up here where the trees are supposed to bolt on. They love the hell out of those things.
So Jesse says, "That's amazing, John. How do you go about pricing on something like so detailed?" Well, Jesse, come my Christmas in July auction sale, because oh, you weren't here for that. You weren't here for that. So I think it was New Year's Day ish. I went through a bunch of magazines that are actually. I went through a bunch of magazines sitting beside me here. And we went through and we chose a bunch of patterns. I think it was 24 patterns that we chose to do. The first one I did was this fawn pattern, fawn ornament or portrait rather. So this one will be. I just got to put a black backer on this, and then I'll build a stand for it. And then so this will be one of the items up for auction. This will be the second item up for auction. Second item up for auction. But for pricing for something like that, you can go by time, you can go by size, you can go by materials. Um, I basically just pick a number out of my ass, honestly. And
Ouch.
no, like like seriously, depending on the size of it.
Yeah,
But
that
like
could be a shitty number.
portraits, for example, are like 30, 35, $45, right? Something like this would probably be $45.
That
Um,
should be more than that.
Yeah, I was going to say
no,
that's
no,
that's more of a $75 item.
Yeah.
no.
Minimum.
Well, Canadian.
Well, Canadian, yeah.
Minimum.
So 20 bucks American, $75 Canadian.
It's not quite that bad yet.
No,
Coming, but
the the next project I'm going to be working on though, that was chosen out of this book as well, is it's this keepsake basket.
Oh,
But
nice.
this basket is can actually double as a yarn bowl.
Mhm. Sure could.
has that got leather hinges on it?
Wooden hinges actually.
Oh, wooden. Okay.
Yep. So wooden hinges, but I will use nails for the dowels for the dowels.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I have some 1/8 brass rod in my shop here
Yeah.
somewhere.
I was thinking brass or copper nails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
So
else?
this will be the project I'll be starting that tomorrow.
Just go get some brazing rod, brazing filler rod.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Is it okay if I share a picture of those sunglasses mirror that I was telling you about?
Sure. I could always go grab Nancy and Earl's glasses off their portrait, but I did too. I did the same thing. The same thing that you're talking about.
This one here, I don't know. Can you see this?
Oh, give me a sec. Yep. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
How big is that?
that's 2 foot long, a little over 2 foot long, because each of these was cut out of one of those 12 by 12 mirror tiles you can get down at the
Oh,
big
yeah.
box stores. Then I
So
found these little jewel ornaments down at Michael's or something like that. I don't remember what it was. And I glued them on there, just painted them black. And they love the hell out of these things.
how did
And
you cut your mirror tile? How did you cut your tile?
Glass cutter. I used to do stained glass work in a former life. And I was taught by a guy who'd been cutting glass for, oh God, years. And
See, 'cause
he showed me tips, and I just have
I
do it
I have
myself.
somebody that dropped off some 12 by 12 mirror tiles, and she
Mhm.
wants me to cut hearts out of them.
That's
Yeah,
going to be really hard.
yeah. See, so I don't have a problem cutting the exterior bottom
Mhm.
of it, but when it comes to the top center, I might have to use a diamond tip uh, or
Probably going to, yes,
or fade.
or a wet saw that
Yeah.
you can keep cool, because so you can keep the glass cool. Those sharp inside cuts like that, that's going to be tough. Um, yeah, if you can get a wet saw with a diamond
Or I
blade,
can just go the cheap way and just cut the heart out of the center of a board that'll fit over top of the whole mirror plate, the
yeah,
mirror pin, right?
yeah, and then just cut it square or oval or whatever. But one of my 3D guru, Michael Mazalik, his job isn't working with CNC or anything. What he does for a living is he does stained glass work, and he restores stained glass in major churches and cathedrals. And some of the stuff he does is just mind blowing. It would just, whoa, are you kidding me? Kind of a thing. And inside cuts with corners like that are always going to be the hard part. And he flat out told me, you're not going to do it. It just, that's why things like that have a joint in the middle of it, because
Yeah.
it's going to break. So your best bet is to just cut 2 halves and put a solder joint down the middle.
Yeah, it would
So,
be a broken hearts if I tried it,
yep,
for sure.
But
seriously.
see, because we have these really nice diamond tip tile bits that we
Mhm,
use at work all the time. I was thinking about
yeah.
using one of those, probably a 5/8 at the top of the heart,
Mhm,
right? That, then I can just do
mhm,
square cuts around it, then have the outside frame on it.
yeah. Well, I made those 2 sets of those sunglasses mirrors. And my youngest granddaughter showed it to a niece. The next thing you know, every female relative of mine under the age of 16 wanted one in a different color. So I made them purple, I made them in pink, and kids love the heck out of them. And you could do it on a scroll saw with a rabbiting bit, but um, it's just figuring out all of those lenses are outside cuts.
Yeah.
And this old boy, who I swear was born with glass slivers in his veins, he showed me get a good quality carbide glass cutter, go find an aluminum cigar tube, and put a cotton ball or two down in the bottom of it, and then about a shot glass full of kerosene in that tube.
Kerosene.
Yes. And that's what you'll use to lubricate all your cuts with is kerosene. And make sure to keep that glass cutter lubricated. And watching that man work, it looks like magic. You know, swoop, swoop, snap, and then go around to the next side, swoop, swoop, snap, snap, and then go. And Michael Mozalik, his work, he's the same way. I mean, swoop, swoop, he'll pick it up and snap. Now he's got a piece over here, but he does huge, intricate pieces. I mean, the project he's working on right now, he's got over 1,100. I think he said they're 1 inch wide and 4 inch long pieces that have 2 black stripes down the middle.
Wow.
And so what he has to do is he has to cut out all those pieces, and then he's made a stencil that he can lay down, and the paint they use is actually just powdered glass in a binder. And he paints those on, and when he's got like 20 of them, he puts them in the kiln and fires it so that all fuses together. Then he moves on to the next however many. But he's got another commission coming up. I think he said he's going to start on it in early 2025. It's going to be over 28,000 pieces.
Wow.
In the year 2525.
Yeah.
Herb would have loved to have been here for that.
What, the 2525 or the stained glass talk?
2525.
In the year
He would have started singing that right away.
2525. Yeah, if you know who sang that tune, score yourself 5 bonus points.
Was it Zager and Evans?
Yes, sir, it was.
Or however you pronounce it.
Zager and Evans, yes.
Hey, I got bonus points.
Yeah, you did. Score yourself 5 bonus points.
You need a mini router, John.
No.
No?
No.
Ah, come on.
Just a little palm router would do that.
Actually, I saw. Where was it? I think it was on YouTube. I saw this guy. He was doing like building miniature dollhouse stuff, and he had this miniature router with these miniature bits. I don't know where the frick he got them from, but they're basically like 1/16 shaft bits.
And probably on Temu.
Like the whole,
Wish.
like the whole 140 set accessory router bit set for all the moldings, right? That are the exact same. It's like the OG bit and the round over, the half round over, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? I couldn't. And he was just like the little router,
like that's the most normal thing in the world. Like everybody's got one.
It was like the size of a cigarette lighter, right? It was just like. I'm like, what? No, I can't watch this guy. This guy drives me nuts now. Like, I can't believe it. He could have been like Mike and just built it himself. I'm not sure, right? Like, tiny little miniature router. I'm like, what? Yeah, for building dollhouse furniture. I'm like, unbelievable. I couldn't. It was unreal. Really
Speaking of
cool.
miniatures, my daughter-in-law's sister was down in Toronto or somewhere, I guess. And CBC had um, one of these competition things, like a what do they call that? Scripted reality or whatever.
Yeah.
And all these, she makes miniatures, and she started up making miniatures of people's houses. Like, oh, that I want a miniature of the house I grew up in,
Hmm.
or a cottage where want a miniature, and they're really neat. And she puts them in a glass enclosure in the end, and that and really neat detail, like And so anyway, she went into the competition, and like they vote so many people off the island every week, or one off the the kind of a deal, So she lasted a few episodes.
Hmm.
So what was the name of the show called? I don't ever remember seeing that.
Okay, it was on CBC. What do they call that? The streaming service, Gem.
Yeah.
It was on there, and it was also on the CBC. Oh, just a minute. Just no, I don't know.
Because actually, one of the electricians that or sorry, one of the HVAC guys that I really like dealing with, Trevor. His wife was on Big Brother Canada
Uh-huh.
From Grand Prairie.
Okay.
She made it to like week 10. Then she got voted up because because it's a freaking scam. Not like a scam show, but it's a personality show basically.
Yeah.
Like she was winning competitions and everything else, and she got into an argument with one of the people, and then it's like, well, you're out.
Well, it's like these cooking shows. You come up and they judge you on their cooking, and then then okay, well, we got to eliminate one of you, so for whatever reason you get kicked off. So
Yep. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Later.
There was a guy up in High Prairie that was on Canada's Worst Driver. Yeah,
that was kind of a funny thing. Like I
it,
watched a bit of
it,
that.
it was a good show, and the thing is, they teach them everything. They teach them how to drive a bus, teach them how to you know, back up a truck with a trailer and a boat, which you're only allowed to do
Yeah.
in Alberta, by the way.
Yeah. That's one thing the Army did for me that transferred over into real life is it taught me how to drive big vehicles and how to back a trailer. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just did a little short search for a miniature woodworking router and didn't come up with anything. I was just coming up with standard trim routers.
He must have built it himself. Like it was miniature.
I mean, that's entirely possible, but and I know you can get bits with very, very small shanks, but where you'd get the collet for it, I have no idea.
Tear apart a Dremel tool.
I guess
Yeah,
that's possible. Yeah. Well, there are 3 or 4 different sizes of transfer Dremel tools too, and
Yep. And there's multiple diff size collets because I got a
mhm.
bunch of them.
Yeah, I've got a bunch myself, but I think my smallest is 1/8 inch.
Yeah. I guess it's not the collet, but adapters you put in the
Yeah.
collet for different.
Yeah. And then you're adding run out, but yeah, it
Hmm.
depends on
You
what
get
you're
call you get
making them with.
calls for 1/8 inch shafts.
Hmm.
That I
Yeah.
thought they were just half and quarters
Oh
or
no, you can
3/8.
get 3/8. You can get the smallest I have is 1/8 inch. Um, I don't know on the metric side. I don't know what the smallest size you can get. The only metric collet I have is 6 millimeter. That's because I have a few bits that are 6 millimeter that I do use quite often. Most 1/8 inch shank bits are for like printed circuit boards and what have you, but there are other specialized uses for them. Like I know a guy over in Australia. He creates inlays for fretboards for guitar builders, and he does real elaborate inlays out of like mother of pearl and abalone shell and things like that. And he buys those little things in. He buys them by the 10 pack because he knows that on one project alone he's going to break at least 3 bits at a minimum
Yeah,
because they're just so tiny. Okay, Steve says they sell 1/12 scale router bits that fit a 1/4 inch collet made just for dollhouses. Okay,
that could have been it then.
yeah, might have been
But like
in
I
a
said, but like
router.
I say, it was a miniature router too.
Okay,
Like
well,
the smallest router I have is my Colt.
hmm
My 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 Makita, no, my Bosch Colt,
hmm
and it's like a palm router,
yeah.
like maybe 8 inches tall with a 4 inch base on it.
Billy Burt saying, oh no, excuse me. Steve is saying search for micro router bits. Yeah, I have done those searches. The smallest bit I had was 23 thousandths of an inch, and that was for cutting slots for fretboards. And but one of my channel members, we were talking last week, and his smallest router bit was had an 8 thousandths of an inch diameter.
Wow.
um, John regularly uses 1/4, and John is the guy over in Australia that does the um, inlays. He regularly uses 1/4 millimeter end mills for cutting out little pieces of mother of pearl and shell and all that other good stuff. Guy's a flippin' wizard. People like that cheese me off.
Damn talented people. Eh?
Ugh, ugh.
They got kudos and respect for anybody that tries,
Yeah.
at least just tries something new. And then if people will try something new and they enjoy it, then they get into it and then they go full bore into it, and then they become experts, masters, right? Not like Jack, Jack of all, master of none.
Well,
But it's actually better to have all that knowledge than just it's better to have knowledge in multiple tools and uses of them rather than just one.
yep.
Is it 10 o'clock? Yeah, see, yeah, exactly, Jack. Exactly, Bob. You know what I'm talking about.
Bob Jack.
Don't ask me why I started calling him Bob. I just did. One day, Jack was on, and I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's Bob. I don't know why, just because you're calling him Bob.
Yeah, the clue is kind of in his name.
Yeah, you can't always go by his YouTube channel name, 'cause that might not be his real name, right?
Oh, understood. I get it. Okay, yeah. Steve just posted a link to a Trend UK website that has got a bunch of miniature cutters for like dollhouse furniture and things, Taurus bits and ovalo bits and double beads and multi molding bits, Victorian bullnose, bead
That's the
OG
kind of
bits.
dog Winston Churchill had, doesn't it?
Yeah, Victorian bullnose. Yeah. Triple beads. Man, all kinds of neat little things in here. Oh no. Then you click the link to go to the dollhouse router cutters and it 404s. Well,
But Jesse, I do know that if I've mentioned this before, if there's anything anybody's interested in on that I'm making on my shows, everything's for sale. Everything has a price. Everything's negotiable.
mm-hmm.
Number one. Number two, everything can be custom made to suit you, size wise, and size wise, color wise, whatever else.
He'll Johnify it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not really one to underprice myself, but I'm not like when I first started doing videos a long time ago and doing woodwork, I'm not one to price gouge everybody else that's out there. I know how long it takes to make something. I know how much something is worth in the market.
Yeah. A lot of it also, that's an important component, John. A lot of it is also what your market will bear.
Yeah.
In your area, you might not get any sales if you price too high. But then again, you sell yourself short if you price it too low, because you have the other end of the same spectrum saying, well, why is it so cheap? You know, if he's only charging that for it, it can't be all that good. So
See, but it depends though. Like
yeah, it
honestly,
does.
see, because okay, for example, this one here, I know for a fact I can cut these in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. I know for a fact it takes me an hour to cut those.
Okay.
'Cause I time myself when I made them before.
Okay.
Now, with the amount of detail in that compared to the amount of detail in this one, this dragon, for
Mm-hmm.
example,
Right.
what do you think the pricing on these would be? It if you were to buy one, what would
Mm-hmm.
you pay for these?
Um, if I were to buy them unfinished and I were to just take it as you've got it right there, maybe a little bit of edge sanding to keep from splintering in transport, just to take them like that right there. The one on the right, the Eagle, you're looking at $35, and you're looking at 45 for the Dragon minimum.
See now, I sell these for $20 a piece.
You wouldn't get that here, Mark.
I sell
Again,
these for
I'm not looking for Walmart shoppers.
No, I just meant our
I
area.
sell these for 20
Yeah.
and this sells for 35.
You could
Yeah,
probably
see,
get 70 for that in California.
oh yeah, it just depends on where you are, and that's what I mean by the market. You know, your market decides.
That Dragon, I'd be lucky to get 15 for that where I live.
Well, then I would take it home.
You might get more.
I'm looking at 40, 45 minimum for that.
Now you know all my puzzles are 25 because that's what everybody sells them for that makes them.
Right, and that's exactly what I mean. Your market has basically established your price because there are other people out there doing the same thing.
Now I could charge 20,
Hmm.
but I ain't gonna.
That show I was talking about with the doll houses or the whatever the miniature, it's called Best in Miniature.
Hmm.
Best in miniature. I've never heard of that.
It's on Gem. You can download the whole
Oh,
thing if you got the app. But it was on the regular CBC channel as well.
yep, those 12 are ready for the next step.
Oh,
Done.
Well,
I'm
it says
telling
he's-
you, what you got there, Art, is the Crazy Cat Lady starter set.
Yeah, I had a lot of people ask for cats, and I didn't have any. So I
Yeah.
don't
3
know.
seasons. Holy cow. I never heard of it. There's 3 seasons of it. Oh,
Mhm.
Oh, but it's drilling time now, so I
Yeah.
really like that
that's
now.
some really nice work, man. Holy cow.
Lawrence says he's fixing to make smoking pipes, but he quit smoking 8 years ago. Well, you can sell them.
Yeah. Don't mean you can't make a pipe and sell it.
Yeah,
Art fell over.
yeah.
And, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, your audio is on.
I think I unplugged my stuff. Imagine that.
Larry says, I have to use the bits I have. Very slow, but they work. Yeah. Steve says those microcarbide bits are not cheap. No, sir, they're not. In some ways, they're more expensive than the full size, depending upon what the profile is.
Actually, it didn't come unplugged. It just hit so hard it knocked it off.
Yeah.
Piece of junk. But what do you expect? It's just sitting on the shelf of the desk. Isn't bolted down like everybody else's.
Jack says you got to try the pipe to make sure it works.
My camera is up on the top of my monitor.
Oh, I couldn't put this one up there. It's not built for put on your monitor.
Steve says most of them are made by Amana Bits. I had an Amana radar range.
Amana bits are expensive.
Hey, well, I did too. Refrigerator.
We have an Amana washing machine. Amana dryer, excuse me. Maytag washing machine.
Amen.
My Amana surfacing bit, 2-inch diameter surfacing bit with replaceable carbide blades was $168.
Savannah, Iowa.
But because I use it on YouTube, it's deductible.
Yeah, our Amana microwave was an old, we got it, I don't know, back in the 80s, I guess.
The Amana radar range.
Yep. Amana radar range, yeah. And it was powerful, and it was the size of a console TV almost.
It was huge. It was one of the big ones, right?
Yeah. My neighbor comes over and he wants to make a cup of tea. So he puts a cup in with a tea bag and water. And he's talking, and out we're sitting at the table or doing something. All of a sudden, boom! Oh, what was that? Oh, it's my tea blew up. I said, well, how long you put it in for? 3 minutes? No.
3 minutes. Holy cow!
Well, his bike was some kind of Wish brand or Timu brand, and
Boom.
yep, the bag just blew everywhere, all over the inside of the damn stainless steel insides.
Yep.
Wow.
Back when I had time, Billy says, yes, Amanabits are expensive, but they are good. Back when I had time to do it, I did some one-on-one tutoring for a fellow up in Canada, as a matter of fact. And to say thank you, I didn't charge him anything, but we had a standing Wednesday afternoon appointment. To say thank you, he sent me a gift card through Amana for $300. And I bought a table saw blade, thin curved table saw blade. I bought a miter saw blade. Steve will tell you about my old miter saw blade. Uh, and a couple of bits with that. But
No, Rob, I'm not obsessed with Timu. I'm obsessed with Vivor.
Vivor? Oh yeah, they contacted you too?
No, just
No?
everybody I know seems to be, using some kind of Vivor,
Yeah.
whatever you call it, tool.
Yeah. If you have any kind of presence on YouTube at all, Vivor will reach out to you. If you've got more than say 2,000 subs, they'll reach out to you. Steve says my old blade would have cut with less smoke if you ran it backwards. Yeah, you're about right.
Jack says
I made a video on it and put it on my second channel. I was cutting 2x4s to make the stand for my old CNC, and I was editing the video, and I had set the camera up, and I'm cutting away with the chop saw. And when I'm cutting something on that saw, I don't pay attention to the chips or anything else. I'm focused on the cut. Well, in editing that footage, I saw that, man, there was more smoke than sawdust coming out of that port. So I got to thinking about it. It's like, hell, I've had that saw at the time of that recording. I'd had that saw for over 20 years, and that was the blade that came with the saw. I had never seen a sharpening at all. So I'm like, yeah, it's time to get a new one. So I went down and got a new saw blade. And that was, I don't think I ever told you about this, Steve. I was making that video. And I'm sitting there talking to the camera as I'm putting a new blade on the saw. And I got finished and I plugged it in, fired it up, and say, yep, check out your saw blades and pay attention to your cuts and things like that. Shut off the camera. My neighbor kind of popped his head from around behind the shed that I was standing next to, and he says, what the hell are you doing? I said, I'm making a YouTube video. And he goes, I've been over here listening to you talk to yourself for probably a half hour wondering what the hell's the matter with this guy.
Jack in the shop says, I have a newer Maytag washer. I had to replace the water inlet because it froze, and basically he's saying he went to get parts for them. They're all from Whirlpool.
Yeah, they're all made by the same company now. Yeah, they're interchangeable. My ex-father-in-law was an appliance repairman, and he taught me just enough to be dangerous. But the one thing he did teach me that I stick with is if the cost to repair an appliance is more than half of the replacement cost, replace it.
Yeah.
Replace it, because that's not the only thing that's going to go wrong.
Well, that's like lawnmowers, of all the, major box store brands and that.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 3 manufacturers of lawnmowers, but there's,
MTD being the biggest one.
30 different brands, if you want to call it that. Variations thereof.
Yep.
Same with tools like Milwaukee. That's all part of who is it? Rigid, and they own Rigid. They own something else. I think Ryobi, and they're all different price points.
Yeah.
And
DeWalt,
DeWalt,
DeWalt bought Porter Cable and then promptly discontinued the Porter Cable router
mhm,
because they wanted everybody to buy DeWalt routers. Porter
yeah.
Cable's been around
Well,
for years.
we went over this before one time. There's only one company that owns themselves. I can't remember which one it was though. Whereas everybody else has a parent company underneath, over top of them, and they own like multiple companies. But there's only one with a
Mhm.
Black and Decker.
Well, Black and Decker is DeWalt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now it's Stanley Black and Decker.
Hmm.
which also sells Craftsman now too.
Yeah.
Which and the brand new Craftsman look exactly like a freaking Milwaukee. Only it says Craftsman. It
Mhm.
says Craftsman instead of Milwaukee. It looks the exact same. Different battery style though.
Yeah, and probably different internals.
But I was watching a video the other day. So it was a video from a short from some trade show that Freud has a brand new blade, a thin curve, because you were talking about thin curve blades. This is what just in my head. Freud has a brand new thin curve blade out that will cut. What was he cutting? He was cutting 3/4 inch steel C channel with
Okay.
this with a circular saw blade.
Yep.
He
Um,
cut right through it without a problem. And he said it would take you 3 times longer with a grinder. Number one, and number two, it would be hot as hell. He picked the piece up with his bare hand right
Mhm.
after he finished cutting it. I'm like, no, 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 no. How can you do that? But it's this brand new Freud blade. I don't know. It was amazing. I'm like, wow. I have
I
to
thought
see
you
it.
were talking about that one, the thin curve blade, but
Well,
no, this one won't
no.
cut steel.
Yeah, well, this one's made for cutting up to 5/8 inch steel. I think it was.
yeah. There's saws, and I don't know if Milwaukee makes it or some other brand, and it's specifically for cutting steel. You
Oh,
know,
Evolution saws.
well, there's that one that like those what they call cold cuts, but this is a like a skill saw type, or a circular saw format, and you can
Hmm,
cut sheets of steel. You can cut. Yeah, I've seen it. I can't remember. I think it's a Milwaukee. It's
I don't
a
know.
particular, and of course it comes with certain blades as well.
Yeah. Billy Burt says the old Western Auto tools were made by Black and Decker. I remember Western Auto, but then again, I remember when Black and Decker made good tools. So.
Remember the old Black and Decker half-inch drills with the piece of 3/4 inch pipe on one side for a handle, and then the molded aluminum
Hmm.
and the trigger that went click.
I've
And
got an old.
you break both arms on you.
If you wasn't careful, yeah. I've got an old Black and Decker uh, circular saw out there. It doesn't work anymore, but it's one of those things that looks too cool to throw away. The whole body is chrome plated.
Hmm.
And I mean, it glows. The damn thing, it looks beautiful. I just can't bring myself to sending that to the scrapyard. Brushes are probably the size of my thumb, but
Hmm.
I don't know.
Hey, Mark,
Art,
you remember this bag way back in November?
not that particular bag, but yeah, I've seen similar
That's the same bag.
from November.
Yeah, but guess what?
Lightweight.
I
If
finally
you
ate it.
if you've held on to that since November, you're a lightweight.
Actually, I bought them in September for my wife.
You're really a lightweight.
No, those were hers.
Oh, okay.
I bought them for her. And then she got ill and she couldn't eat no more, blah, blah, blah. You know the rest of the story. So I got 6 more to go, which I'm eating right now. Because I don't have no fudge.
Well, sorry.
No, not yours. I done killed deer a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. I know. You said you ate it all in one sitting, and I'm thinking, how the hell did you walk?
My feet.
Yeah, I could only handle a couple, three pieces of that. It was pretty rich stuff.
Yeah, but see, they were just bite-sized pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, they wasn't that rich.
No, that's how she cuts the fudge up.
I
She
made
does
chocolate.
that because she knows me. I'll sit there and make a pig out of myself, make myself sick.
I made chocolate melt richer than them fudge was.
Jack in the Shop says, anyone heard that the government are forcing all table saw manufacturers to start adding blade stops? And that will double the cost by the end of the year. I don't know that they can do that until the patent on like saw stop goes away. And that's going to be a long, long time. They have been talking about that for quite a while. I don't see it happening. And if it does, there are a ton of old table saws for sale on Craigslist and Marketplace and Kijiji and all the rest of them. So,
Yeah, I got a beaver in the bush
mhm.
with a matching
Well, that's your business, but
matching what do you call those things? Plank jointer.
oh, okay.
I got that, Mark.
There are tons of Powermatics and Deltas and all kinds of neat old stuff out there for sale. They were talking about outlawing radio alarm saws, and if you got $100 around here anyway, you can pick and choose amongst radio alarm saws. Lots of people selling them. Oh, those are unsafe. Well, yeah, if you don't know how to use it, it is.
There's nothing on the
I really didn't think they was any different when I had
saw
one.
the video for it.
Using a miter saw.
Do what, John? I'm sorry.
There's nothing on Freud Tools website for non-ferrous material circular saw blades.
Don't know. Well, maybe one of those trade show things that ain't out for the public yet.
Yeah, maybe.
The unit I saw, it's a YouTuber, and he was using it building building a vehicle. The YouTube channel is something to do with off-road recovery. Matt's off-road recovery.
Okay.
And he had this thing, and I don't, it was just a couple of months, 3 months ago, he was using it.
Steve,
Gotta be one of these.
hard to eat all that chocolate.
It's gotta be one of these Freud next gen, blah 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 blades though.
You know, at Christmas time they bring out the big guns and the chocolate, the Reese's, the Hershey's, they're all 5 pounds. And I bought one of those, put it on the table, chopped all the Hershey bar up. Shoot, that didn't even last them long. That's the only time they sell
Uh huh. I just found the Federal Register from the Consumer Product Safety Commission, that thing about the table saws. Saw Stop is pushing for this, and they've been doing this for a while now. They are trying to get the government to force table saw manufacturers to start adding blade stops to all of their table saws, which would in turn force all the table saw manufacturers to buy that stuff from SawStop because they will not release their patent. They've been trying this for several years now. So this most recent one was published in November of 23. And a lot of the big tool manufacturers are objecting to it because it would basically force a monopoly because they'll just stop selling table saws.
Oh, Steve, that's so bad.
them. Yeah. They're just trying to make more money for themselves too.
Yeah. Now you tell SawStop, okay, fine, we'll do that, but you're giving them copies of all of your technology, and your patent is now null and void. I
Yeah.
bet you they would back off real quick.
Huh.
So I think I just found that blade I was talking about. So
Okay.
it's a
Diablo.
yeah, it's Diablo.
Uh,
8x42 Cermet ferrous metal blade.
Okay.
Newly formulated Type 2 Cermat provides a high heat tolerance, increased hardness for superior wear and impact and resistance. Triple chip grind provides less spark, burr-free finish, and longer life. Newly designed laser cut anti-vibration stabilizer vents deliver straight and true cuts. Perma-shield non-stick coating for less heat, gumming, and corrosion. Ideal for use when cutting ferrous metals such as steel studs, angle iron, flat bar, red saw blades are a registered trademark. They're selling for $65. It's a Diablo Demon.
Diablo is made by Freud, which is owned by Bosch. So that's where the confusion came from. Diablo is made by Freud.
Okay,
But
for these circular saws, there's an Evolutions, there are Milwaukees, and another Evolution, and a Makita
For metal,
per metal.
it's got slower RPM, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing. You can't be spinning it at wood cutting speed.
No.
I don't
you
know.
read
Our
that part?
we got we got a chop saw at work with a 12-inch blade on it, and it can cut. We actually have we got a chop saw, and we got one mounted on our Bosch uh, compound radial arm saw
Mm,
with a zero clearance backer on it.
yeah.
I freaking love that. I love that saw. I want to get one for my shop. But anyway, the blade that we have on that, I can't remember what brand it is, but you can cut steel tube up to 6-inch steel tube on it with a 3/8 wall, at about half-inch wall. I've cut on that, and then go to cut aluminum, go to cut friggin' wooden 2x4s, and then go back to cutting steel. It's the same cut every time. Doesn't matter what angle you're on, and it just cuts through like butter.
Well, a good carbide blade will cut all your non-ferrous, like aluminum, brass, whatever, no problem, and they'll last a while with steel like ferrous.
Oh, not in our
In
shop.
in a wood cutter, yeah.
Because in our shop, if I'm in the front office and the guys are cutting aluminum frame
Yeah.
an aluminum filler in the back, every every third cut you hear ting ting because they'll either bring the blade up too fast while it's still turning, and the two pieces are jammed in there, so the one piece goes flying off. Uh, they'll keep it down and bring the piece over because they think it hasn't cut all the way through, so they're going to cut at the very back end of it, and it goes up and flying and rips it out of their hand and hits the back wall, and I'm like, what the frick are you guys doing? Oh, okay, we'll cut properly on this 45 and blah 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 and everything else. I'm like, you're doing it wrong. So I'll show them how to do it properly. Like set the angle, cut it through, stop the blade, move the material, lift it up, and everything's out of the way. Nothing goes flying, nothing gets chipped, except the blade. I'm like, change the blade out now.
Um, yeah, Billy says Bosch makes a blade stop too, I believe, Mark. I've looked, I haven't found it, but I'm just looking. Um, just started looking. Altendorf makes one as well, but Altendorf is an expensive tool.
It's just gonna be more for commercial shops and stuff like that. Like for your home or your out for your home shop, as long as you got a splitter in place, you shouldn't have an issue with it. Honestly,
I think if you learn how to use the ding dong tool before you go
yeah,
thinking you know everything is
I like
probably the number one safety thing. You know, being able to open a box does not mean you know how to use the tool.
Exactly. Well, like the biggest thing about table saws is always have your splitter in place. Don't pull your splitter out. There's no need to pull your splitter out
I've
unless you
never used a splitter. I've
really.
never used a splitter.
I
Yeah.
always have mine in place.
If I start getting a little bit of pinch, I will lift the material up out of the blade and put in a wedge and drop it back in if I can. If not,
Okay.
I'll just
That's,
I'll just
that's,
lift it up off of the blade and turn it around and cut in from the other end.
that's after you stop the blade, though, right?
No, I don't even turn it off. But I've been using a table saw since I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I can still count to 20 on my hands and feet.
I can.
So, but that's because, oops,
Yeah,
you're upside down, Art.
I'm gonna fix it.
Looks like they're having a localized gravity storm in North Carolina.
No, I'll just put something heavy on it. It won't move.
Hey,
Screwdriver.
you should talk to Cliff about building a camera arm. He knows how to build one.
I don't need a camera. I'll screw the dang thing to the desk.
Yep, Billy says, I've cut metal roofing with my circular saw. I turned the blade around and never had a problem. Yeah, my
Driving
grandfather
knife.
showed me that trick years ago. Turn the blade around backwards and cut it. I'm like, this is going to explode. No, it ain't. Cut it. I ran it. Well, son of a gun, it does work.
I'm gonna fix that tomorrow. I'm gonna drill a hole right through it and screw it to the desk. This camera don't never get moved anyway.
Yeah.
I got the one I cut with, and I got 3 more in the bedroom that I don't even use.
Yeah.
Kind of upgraded.
Yeah, but splitters weren't really a thing when I started using the table saw. Of course, I started on his old Craftsman table saw that was one of those type. When you adjusted the cut depth, the motor and the blade didn't go up and down. The table actually lifted up and down. It had a big crank on the side, and the table moved.
So this
So-
driving knife is always in my table saw.
Mhm. I don't even have one.
It's one little pin pops right out, right?
Yeah.
This one was on my saw when I first got it, and it came off the first day.
Yeah, I never even installed mine.
Because I will never use these stupid
Just
blade
gets in the
guards.
way. Chris
Blade
Nealon
guards.
says that sounds like a shopsmith. Yeah, it was an old Craftsman. I mean, probably from the 40s.
Blade guards I don't like because number one, you can't see your work, and number two, these stupid freaking these grabber blades back here that
Yeah.
dig into your wood
Looks good on paper.
are the worst things ever because you're
Yep.
destroying every piece of material you ever put through it.
Well,
Yep.
it's probably mandatory safety issue they got to deal with.
Well, that's a CYA.
Yeah.
You know, well, we
like
provided the
the-
protection. He chose not to install it. We're not liable.
Well,
Exactly.
Exact same thing for your wood hold down foot for your
Oh
for your
my God,
work.
that's the first thing that comes off.
It came off.
That's like those plastic visors on your bench grinder. Can't
Uh-huh.
see what you're doing.
And do you really think that if something happens, you really think that little piece of plastic is going to save you?
Nope.
It's to stop the sparks from going in your eyes because you're not wearing glasses.
Well, you're supposed. Well, number one, you're supposed. I have to wear glasses. Number
Yeah.
two, you should wear glasses when you're using anything that's going to create sparks or throw stuff. I mean, I wear glasses using a sander, even with
Safe-
220 or 320.
I do have safety glasses all over my shop, but you can't see through them because the dust is
Yeah, and the damn things fog up.
I think the absolute best invention that I have come across in the last 20 years was 3M makes bifocal safety glasses.
It's got spider webs on it.
I love the hell out of my bifocal safety glasses.
I had a pair of those 20 years ago.
You can still get them down at Lowe's.
Yep.
I love the hell out of those.
Too, Mark. I gotta wear these to drive.
What about the military ones? Does that go over your ear? With the elastic
Yeah.
go right over your ear.
We called those RPGs.
With the leather on the side.
Yeah.
They were something prevention glasses. I don't want to get you demonetized by saying that word. Chris Nealon says 2.5 martinis, Benadryl, and NyQuil, still wide awake. Dang, boy.
Oh,
That coffee
Hey,
kicked in hard, huh?
you're not on video, Chris? Come on.
yeah.
See, I'm such a lightweight. When I take NyQuil, I
Me
have to do it. I have to do it in bed because that's as far as I'm getting.
Wow, really?
So bad.
I am that much of a lightweight. Yeah.
I do remember you saying that before, though.
Oh yeah. I can't take it in the bathroom and then go to bed because I'm not gonna make it.
See, whereas me, I can take like 5 Tylenol ones, 2 Aleve, a Robax, and 2 Percocet, and then I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake for like 3 hours.
NyQuil.
Best safety
That-
glasses ever. Mark's Work Warehouse, CSA approved. They got CSA stamp right on the side of them.
I used to have a couple bottles of those all the time, Mark. That was my emergency alcohol.
Oh,
You drink the whole bottle when you ran out of booze.
one of my first casino jobs, there was a blackjack dealer. Everybody called him Old Willie. I don't know that his name was really Willie or not, but that's what everybody called him. That guy, I kid you not, he had a bottle of Listerine in his locker, and he would sip on that for the whole shift.
Well, it's better than
'Cause
drinking Aqua Velva.
He knew that he couldn't get popped for illegal, drinking rum on the job. But the minute he was off shift, he was over at that bar, and rum was his drink. It's like, damn, Willie.
That's what us alcoholics did. Whatever had alcohol in it, we had to have a stash at home.
I mean,
in case it run out.
How bad do you have to be to where that's what you're doing?
Yeah, a bunch of the old boys in town, they'd drink vanilla extract,
Mm-hmm.
and so bad. One guy, they called him Nabob.
Nabob.
Yeah, and the code for it was Black Horse.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd go up there and, boy, Nabob smells like you've been baking a cake.
Billy says, I always wear safety glasses, minor trifocals. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I have to wear safety glasses because I am that guy. If there is the slightest chance I'll get something in my eye, I'm the guy that'll get it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just call me bucket eyes because whatever's flying is going to hit me in the eye.
To answer your question, Mark,
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing normal people don't understand
What's that?
about the Listerine and the
Oh,
NyQuil.
yeah.
They don't understand. They're not in that capacity, so they're the lucky ones.
Yep. Chris says, I put vanilla extract in my waffle mix. Yeah, but that's kind of what it was made for, man.
yeah, that's what it's made for. That's right.
You don't take 3 shots before you start stirring.
You know, I remember back in
Then again, maybe he does. I don't know.
Greg, have you ever heard of Great White?
Great white, as in what?
The rock band?
No,
Hey,
Great
wine.
White wine. It
Oh,
came,
no.
it came in a 2-liter bottle, and it was
Okay.
$2. It was $2.
A plastic 2-liter bottle.
plastic 2-liter bottle. It was $2. It was
Now there was a Great
yeah.
West
Now,
beer company that
now
would sell beer in 2-liter bottles.
ooh,
How
I
much is
remember
it
that.
now, John?
It's like 250 now, like $253 now. But
Mm.
basically a 2-liter pop bottle with a picture of a shark on it, said Great White wine. It was like the most
Is
disgusting
it like
freaking wine
black
ever,
bet?
but it's cheaper than freaking vanilla extract. I'm telling you right now.
There
We
It
had
looks
was
like out of a pop bottle.
when
Well,
I
it sounds
turned
like that cheap junk Thunderbird.
well, there was
Thunder.
one even cheaper than Thunderbird.
Yeah.
It was made by Italian Swiss quality, and it was called Tokay, and it was a fortified wine. It was 19%, and a bottle was 99 cents, and it was Tokay's okay till payday.
Chris, I think I just started an AA meeting.
Yeah.
That was
the
that was
the fortified wine they had here was Prince of Denmark, and it was like
Mhm.
19%. But then the government stopped sale of it
Mhm.
because it was, and it was like $3 a bottle way back
Yeah.
when.
Yeah. Well, that's what Night Train and Thunderbird were. They were fortified wines.
and that was some nasty stuff, especially
Oh,
they
yeah.
put it on the floor. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
You
That-
drink half a bottle and you see vapor trails as people walk past you. It's like, oh, damn.
and then there was the lightweight, like sparkling wines they had up here. There was Baby Duck and Gimli Goose and
Boons.
Lonesome Charlie.
Boons.
Hmm
But Boone's was
Boons.
high school wine.
Yeah, Booms. I remember Booms.
Boons mixed with vodka, man. It was like the best ever.
Mhm.
When I was in high school, if you could score a bottle of Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill
Exactly, Strawberry Hill.
and tell your proposed date that you had a bottle, you were set for the weekend.
Mark, did you
One,
have fire?
I was trying to remember the name. It was Strawberry Hill. And
Yep.
there was what was the mixed berry one though? There was a mixed berry one too. It had
I don't
blue,
remember that one.
it was blueberry, blackberry, and raspberry. I think it was.
I don't remember that one. They must have come out after I graduated.
we were about 17 and we decided we were all going to drink wine one night instead of beer. And, everybody picked one. And I picked Strawberry Patch. Oh, God. What a
Yep.
thing,
Chris Nealon says, would you drink it now, Mark, as an adult? Oh, hell no. The other one was Everclear. We would go have parties up at the reservoir cross town from us and go up in the hills, mix up, get one of those got coolers that had the spout on the side, pour in a bottle of Everclear, and then you just start pouring stuff in it. I mean, it could be Hawaiian punch. It could be a can of fruit cocktail. Welch's grape juice. It doesn't matter what it was. But you get the mixture just right. The girl you was with was like, I don't taste any of that alcohol. You're like, that's the plan, sweetheart.
That's
Alcohol abuse. Yeah, drink it straight.
We used to make rum punch in a garbage can. Then we went up to a cooler because you could put ice in it and it would stay better. And it was all types of rum and fruit juices. And we call it rhino piss. And oh yeah, it was good. Two glasses or big glasses, and you didn't feel anything.
Steve says you can still buy Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill. It's $4.94 a bottle.
wow.
Now we had beer back in the day that was 14%, and one brand was called Manitoba 200. So you go in there. It was all economics, right? Three drunks on a 6-pack.
Yeah.
You remember Olympia, Mark?
Olympia? Yeah. My growing up, my grandfather on my father's side made beer, and his next door neighbor worked for the Olympia distributor. and he would feed my grandfather empty beer bottles and bottle caps. So all of his home brew had Olympia bottle caps and were in Olympia bottles. They didn't have labels on them, but whatever.
I remember that stuff we sold at the liquor store. Yeah, it was
Hmm.
$2.99 12 pack.
Did you guys have hams out
Yeah.
there with the bear? Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
From the land of sky
my
blue
grandma
water.
and grandpa used to drink Falstaff.
Falstaff, yeah. I used to have a fiber optic sign, a Falstaff sign that used to hang in a bar. You plug it in, the motor was noisy as hell, but it would just sit there and sparkle at you different colors.
I remember the ham sign with the waterfall in it. It was
Mhm.
a bar sign.
Yeah.
I've
Hams.
got I've got a Budweiser one, and it's got like bouncing lights, like
Mhm.
and it's just what it is. It's a screen that rotates,
Yeah.
it's in the back there.
Hey, Billy, my grandma and grandpa drank a case a day for years.
Freaking Moosehead. You know, Moosehead's made in Nova Scotia.
Hmm. Did you ever have Uncle Ben's beer where
Yeah,
you were?
Never heard of it.
No.
we had it in Illinois.
Yeah. Well, this guy was in Manitoba, and I think he went out some in BC, had a plate or distributorship in BC. But anyway, he made beer, and then he had some of this, it was malt liquor. Simon Fraser was the one, and it was 14%. But what he did, he also sold pop or soft drinks in the beer bottles. So,
Oh,
and that was in 7-Eleven. You could go in there at lunchtime and grab a root beer, an orange, a whatever, lemon lime, Uncle
mhm.
Ben's, and drive around with it and
Yeah.
wave it at the cops and ha 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 ha.
It
Mhm.
didn't last long, no. It was short lived. It didn't really sell.
This guy, Uncle Ben's, he was, I don't know, maybe it lasted 10 years or so as a brewery up here.
Like Calgary Springs beer was it tasted like buffalo piss. It was the worst shit ever. I did not like
Well,
drinking that.
did you have Minhas beer in
Yeah, I remember
Alberta?
that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
We had
that
one.
that was American beer, is what it was, but it was rebranded or bottled or canned for this Minhas company, and they were
Hmm.
East Indian, and they brought it across the border and sold it in at a lower price than
Yeah.
Never seen it in our area.
We had one out here called Lucky Lager.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
we got
got that
lucky
up
up
here.
here. Yeah, we
You
got
have
lucky up
Lucky,
here.
yeah, with
It's
the
the
little
freaking
rebus
it,
puzzle on the
it, it,
inside of the
it's the
bottle cap.
cheapest beer around.
Oh
Yep,
yeah, it was.
it's
The
a
only
Labatt's
thing we
product
had
up here.
the only thing we had cheaper than Lucky was one called Bohemian, and I think it was like Joe and Fred's beer company,
Well,
West
see,
Dump Truck, Washington, or something like that.
I do remember
But
back in the early '80s, the cheaper beer than Lucky was no name beer.
Beer, just generic beer, white
Beer. It's
label with black
beer.
letters. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So ours was like an ivory can with red beer written on it,
Mhm.
like no name, right? Beer. It was like I think it was like $12 for a 2-4.
now Bohemian was a beer that they sold in Saskatchewan. It was like one of the number one selling beers there. And when I went there in up 74 or so, we went out and visited friend's brother who was in the RCMP. And that's it. You go into a bar and you ordered a bow, and it
Hey
was
Shay.
bottled by Labatt, not Labatt's, Molson.
Okay.
Gosh, Shay wants to know if you're pulling an all nighter.
No, I'm not pulling on later. I'm out of here in 10.
Yep.
But what was the other beer? Oh, Pill. I used to drink fucking Pill.
Pilsner's the other Saskatchewan
Drink
one.
Pill all the freaking time.
We had
Yep.
pills in Illinois years
Steve,
ago.
Now,
Steve,
depending on how many Pill you drank, depending on how many freaking rabbits you found on the freaking bottle.
Steve says, "Hi, Shay. Welcome to the Drunks Club."
Yep.
Yeah, we got stationed over in Germany, and after that, American beer just didn't do it for me.
You know, we had remember I told you about that place in Iowa called Amana Colonies, and it
Called
was
what?
Amana Colonies.
Okay.
It's in Iowa, and it was pretty much a German thing.
hmm
And man, my stepdad got some German beer. I don't remember the name of it, but man, it was good.
Oh yeah.
Hello, my
I
name is
drank
Chris.
a lot of.
I'm not a scroller.
Huh? So what's that?
Chris says, "Hello, my name is Chris. I'm not a scroller."
Me too. Neither, Chris.
Yeah,
See,
me
but I
three.
got I got hooked on Warsteiner in early 2000,
Warsteiner was a good brand.
and I got I got pint glasses. I got the little doilies that went over the glass so that it
hmm
didn't go on the table. I got freaking I got Warsteiner all kinds of stuff because I liked it so
War,
much.
Warsteiner was a good brand. The German Lowenbrau was actually good too. Um, Grolsch, Franziskaner. God, there were so many different brands over there. And they sold it in half-liter bottles. And you would go down and buy a plastic rack. It looked like a milk crate. It was
Hmm.
a plastic rack of 12 bottles. And the first time you bought, you paid deposit on each one of the bottles and the plastic rack, plus the price of whatever it was. But then you take it back, and a rack of beer would cost, 12 marks, which was somewhere around $7, something like that. But it was good stuff. I mean, no self-respecting German beer was anything less than 5.5%,
Here, Mark.
and they went up. Ursus.
Yep, I got that in Romania when I went there in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
I never opened it, but it was good.
Yeah.
I drank a lot of.
Well, I got some ashtrays downstairs from Germany, never been used, that
Mm-hmm.
my dad got from some bar over there. I got a shitload of coasters,
Yeah.
German beer coasters that my dad collected a bunch of those. I got those downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Steins, freaking bottles, the old bottles with a double flip top on them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
I
the
got
metal, with the ceramic flip
yeah,
top. Yeah.
I got 4 or 5 of those downstairs
Mhm.
with a real cork, with a real
Yeah.
cork on it too, right? Yeah.
Yep. Um, oh well, that was back when I was a kid and didn't care.
Yeah, back before I became responsible and was
hmm
the DD and freaking in charge of making sure everybody freaking got home and nobody puked in their hair.
Yeah.
I hated being responsible.
Yep.
I missed out on so much.
I had to wait till 2000.
Well, like I say, I'm still the same butthole. I just have fewer dents in my car.
See, but
I,
I do remember, back in the military, going downtown
hmm
and trying to stop fights with the Americans and the Brits and the freaking Australians and the freaking everybody that came over into Wainwright to play on the base.
Oh man, we used to love to go drinking with the Canadians and the Brits and the Aussies over in Germany. God, we loved it.
Well, see the problem in Wainwright was that, because everybody's all infantry and everybody has to try and outdo everybody else, and
Yeah,
the Americans figured they could outdrink everybody else. Well,
that's
we're
wrong.
America. Well, they're wrong.
That ain't gonna happen.
Number one, because our Bud was 6.5%, and Bud
hmm
down there was only 3.2. Right?
Depends on
That
where
was the
you are.
biggest problem. Yeah,
Depends on
like
where you are.
that was the biggest issue right there, right off the bat. Oh, we can drink you guys around the table. No, you can't.
I had to put them all to shame.
And there was always a fight. MPs would always get called out every friggin' night when they'd be drinking DB in barracks. Ugh, hated it.
Billy says I had an Australian roommate once. Wow. Yeah, wow. Aussies are fun people, and you want to talk about drinkers, holy cow. But you Canadians aren't slouches either.
Yeah.
You want to have a good time sitting around a table bullshitting, telling war stories that nobody believes? Do it with a bunch of Australians and Canadians. We had a lot of fun. Oh my God. I never once got in a fight.
I only got into fights because I was trying to stop the fights from our guys.
Um, I don't know. I don't get it. You get over there and get a couple of Germans to start doing German drinking songs, and everybody's too busy getting drunk to have a fight.
You got any of them big mugs, Mark?
I used to.
Did you?
I used to. I got rid of all that stuff. I had the 1 yard. They call them a 1 yard glass. It was
The
about.
boots, the boots.
I had one boot, but the rest of them were just tall Hefeweizen glasses.
Look like they hold a 6 pack.
I
Yeah.
I have a set of boots, the three different sizes,
Mhm.
and I actually wore one. Well, one of them's broken now because I used to wear them when I was a kid
Jeez.
because they fit my feet. I wear them around the house. I broke one. I was so choked.
Yeah, we
I had
lived
a
down.
couple. I have a couple really cool steins downstairs. A couple really cool steins downstairs, and they're musical on the bottom, so like you sit them on the table, and
Mhm.
every time you lift it up, it plays
Yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah. The only Stein we still have is one Linda's dad brought back from Germany after the war. But I had a friend who was setting up a bar in his basement. Nice looking little outfit, and I had saved a bunch of labels, beer bottles labels, when I was over there, thinking that would be cool to decoupage into a bar top or something like that. And he put it into. I gave them all to him and a bunch of my coasters and all of my glasses and everything, except for a few of them, few that were special, and basically outfitted his bar. And he put all that in those labels into a table, and it did end up looking really cool. But I just decided I'm sick and tired of this stuff. Sick and tired of feeling sick and tired.
Yeah,
And just
exactly.
People are like, never so inventive when it comes to drinking. Did you
Mhm.
guys ever funnel a beer?
Yeah.
Just bong.
Didn't need to.
Did you take the nail and put it in the side on the bottom of the can and then flip it and you had to shotgun it?
N-
Shotguns.
No, that
No.
that was they called it billy goating. You just use your teeth and bit through the bottom when you pulled the top.
I think that too, but
Nope.
Yeah, here, drink this beer fast. Here's a funnel and a hose. What? Okay,
Shit.
I'll try that.
Shit. Who needs the funnel? Give me that bastard.
Oh no, it goes down fast with that
Oh,
funnel.
I know it does.
you remember them baseball hats they used to sell where you
With
could
the
put
2 cans.
Yep.
yeah, I used to put 2 cans of beer in them with the straws and ride my bicycle down the street.
We were over in Germany. Um, they have an event over there called Fasching. It's basically a huge party before Lent. And they have a big parade that winds through the whole center of town. German parades are not like American parades. American parades has point A and point B, and they go down the same street for about a mile, and that's it. German parades wind their way through town, and it could be 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. And this dude was walking around. It looked like he had a backpack, and I had to do a triple take. And finally, I slowed down and let him get past me because I couldn't believe what he was doing. He had a little hose on a hook right here with a little tap on it. And he had two of the biggest bottles of brandy I have ever seen in my life strapped in that backpack, pointing down. And he just, oh, you want somebody come up with a glass, and he'd just top it off, and hook it back up and go.
Hey, I was following him all over.
They used to search us at the football game, and I got smart real quick, and I freaking bought a Camelback
Mhm.
filled with rum.
Yep.
Then just went and bought some freaking Coke.
U.S. Army field jackets. A lot of people don't know this, but if you flip the collar up, there's a zipper under the collar. there's a hood inside. Most folks don't know field jackets have a hood. It was perfect for putting, you could put a fifth, or not a fifth, you could put a pint in there and pull the drawstring tight and it wouldn't fall out, and it's right in the center of your back. Went to many a concert with like Yukon Jack or Wild Turkey or whatever.
Yukon Jack. Fucking remember Yukon Jack.
That's the good stuff.
My
Mhm.
sister would go to concerts with airplane bottles stuffed in her bra. She told me.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to check that, right?
Guess it's no different carrying money or your cell phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but like, all these guys, security guys had a thing there. They're not going to frisk a woman up there anyway. They'll look in her purse or tell her to open it. And,
Yeah. Well, they would very gently pat down your arms and your legs and check your pockets, and that'd be it. But nobody ever patted the center of your back.
hmm
And just go into the concert and do whatever you wanted to do.
All right, guys. We're gonna call it. And
All right.
Last
I'm
call.
starting last call. You don't have to go home. You can't stay here.
Time,
Start a new
gentlemen,
project.
please.
I'm gonna start a new project tomorrow. I'll plane down my wood before I start the show. Get everything cut down to size, and we'll start cutting away and working on this keepsake basket box, which will actually double as a yarn bowl.
Ooh.
So join us tomorrow. Some more antics going on the show, and we'll see who all shows up and have fun. All right. Take care.
Right
See y'all
on.
later.
Do what you feel.